to TSR Sports, where the San Antonio Spurs take on the Utah Jazz.
No? Okay. All right, well, there's my homemade Freddy glove. Unfortunately, I broke this one here, so it's been super glued on, so I can't bend this finger, but this was a store-bought one that I modified and painted and got a new leather glove, and yeah, so unfortunately it broke, but it still looks kind of cool. So happy Halloween, glad you're out. I don't have a co-host tonight. What the, who? Nobody's joining me? It's Halloween, I don't get a co-host? All right, Michael Myers is joining us tonight. On the big side there, yeah. I'll make him a little smaller. All right, we got a co-host. Seems appropriate, right? Kokashiba, what's going on? Markkinen is out. Caesar, good evening. Daniel Berry, hello. George, Clarkson, Williams, Filipowski, and Kessler. Thank you, Jay Money. I was wondering who was going to get the starting spot. So Kyle Filipowski, disappointed that Markkinen is not playing tonight. I'm never going to root for a player to be out for the opposing team, but really hoping our Spurs get a win tonight. It's been rough. I know the 1-3 record for most is probably kind of expected based on the schedule, but just seeing the offense struggle. The defense has been pretty good at times. We're giving up some threes like we always do, but overall we're keeping scoring down for the other teams, especially when you consider how many times the Spurs turn the ball over. They're second worst in the NBA with turnovers, and they're keeping the other teams at a respectable score. I believe we're 8th in points per game for the opposing team. But offensively, we're 29th, which is not what I expected. I thought our offense would be better with CP3, with Harrison Barnes, Wemby year 2. And so far, it hasn't happened yet. Hopefully, we can turn things around tonight against the winless Utah Jazz. They come into the game 0-4. Let's not give them our first win. So thank you for being here, Spurs fans. Thank you for being here, Jazz fans. Hope you had a happy Halloween. And if you're eating any trick-or-treating candy, be safe. No way, Wemby. What do you mean, Caesar? Nate Dogg? Boo? Yeah, Selena's really let herself go, huh? So, Larry Markkinen with an injured back. All right. And Selena Gomez is... No, Nate Dogg, the joke is that... Who has a worse offense to us? That's a darn good question. I don't know. Yes, Sirski, good evening to you. Alexis, thank you for stopping in. I don't know who's worse than us. I don't know if I go to the Spurs on Basketball Reference if I will immediately be able to tell. Like if there's a link that I can click on that right next to the Spurs name that will show us who is actually that worst team. But that's a good question. No, there's no clickable link. Oh wait, nope, I'm not in this year yet. Let me go to 2024-25. There is. Okay, so offensive rating, we're 29th. Let's see who's worse. Nope, that's the definition of offensive rating. It's not the George we're looking for. I can't click on the rating. Teams. All right, that's not what I'm looking for. Team stats. Roster, no. In your report, no. Per game, no. Maybe if I just Google 2024-25 points per game. Scoring? Team rank? I don't know. Alright, I found team rankings. So here we go. Celtics are number 1. Go surprise, the defending NBA champions. Well, it's appropriate. The Spurs are 29th. The Jazz are 30th. I should have guessed. Just perfect. So we should see some bad offense tonight from these two teams. Happy Halloween, everybody. Guarantees you lose your... Yeah, only one of my teams can lose tonight. For those that don't know, I'm a Spurs fan, a Yankees fan, so I saw both my teams lose last night. I'm also a Giants fan, so I got to see all three teams, the trifecta, lose on Monday night. Good times. Kokashibo, Wemby does seem off to start the season. I don't know. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. Go Spurs go to Utax. And by the way, if you have not hit the thumbs up, that's the sponsor for this channel, your thumbs up. So if you'd like to be an official sponsor of this channel for free, make sure you hit the thumbs up. It looks like this. Go Spurs go! Go Spurs go! Kokoshibo. I hope not. Muhammad's going the other route. 1-4 record, baby. Let's go. The Jazz are not good, but then again, neither are we. If you didn't know, you didn't know? The Jazz do have 2 former San Antonio Spurs on their roster. Patty Mills and Drew Eubanks. So just saying, you get to see some formers. Well, you won't get to see unless you're watching the game. I can't obviously show the game because of legal reasons. But 2 former Spurs will be on the Jazz tonight, and I think based on the injuries the Jazz have, we might actually get in the game. Lil Jimmy says, I'll be shocked if the Spurs drop this one. Yeah, Utah's going for the number 1 pick. Yeah. Zach LaVine, Nate Dogg, good player. Injury history scares me. I'm gonna say no on that. I'm gonna pass. I don't think he's a big enough addition to make us that good. This is kind of I guess I sit like this. It's kind of dangerous. I poke myself in the eye accidentally. That would really suck. Better on the hand than in the eye, I guess. My opinion. It's my opinion. Not sure you guys like, but I gotta say, probably the coolest horror movie weapon of all time. I mean, Leatherface has a chainsaw. I can go buy a chainsaw at Walmart. Jason has a machete. Can buy a machete there. I mean, a lot of the main horror icons, their weapons are stuff you can go buy at a store. But Freddy made his. And not only to make it, it was unique. There was nothing like this before A Nightmare on Elm Street. To this day, there still isn't. The closest thing is, Wolverine? Lucas Sandwich was on the Jazz. I don't think he's in the NBA anymore, William. I think he's gone. I will show the game, yes, Sirski, because you asked. Here it is. Sochan! All right. As for me with that, Robert, I'll give you that one. He's got. I don't think he's the greatest because again, these are store-bought weapons. He's got a boomstick, so he's got a sawed-off shotgun, so it is a modified shotgun, and he did put a chainsaw on his hand. So I'll put the chainsaw on his hand above Leatherface's chainsaw. He's actually wearing a chainsaw. To me, he's probably in my top 5, but I gotta put Freddy Glove number 1. Edward Scissorhands. Okay. Although he's not a slasher. I've actually never seen the movie, to be honest with you guys. I'm not a big Tim Burton fan. But he's not a slasher in the movie, is he? He doesn't go around chopping people up. I don't believe so. I don't know. Freddy Gloves didn't have on Jason when they were... Okay, that's fair. Well, I know he did some damage with the glove. No glove, no love. Yeah, Selena's really all in tonight. AG Short says, Wemby got a triple-double incoming? I gotta think a double-double. He's got to stop shooting all... Is Cody Williams starting tonight? Did I miss that? Let me check the starting lineups here. Jay Money put in there earlier. Keontae George, Jordan Clarkson... Is Colin Sexton out too, or is he on the bench? All right, well, let me switch that up. Jazz be messing me up over here. I mean, if you look at their roster, they have some really good players, but it ain't coming together for them at all. Colin Sexton, our starting point guard next year. Muhammad, if you're a Spurs fan, you're hoping that Stephon Castle develops to the point where he's our starting point guard next year. He's certainly not ready near number 1. Not at all. His shooting has been rough, to say the least, in the regular season. His defense has been on par, but he's not ready. Keontae George, Jordan Clarkson, Cody Williams, Kyle Filipowski, Walker Kessler for the Jazz, Chris Paul, Julian Champagnie, Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Sohan, and Victor Wembanyama is playing tonight. I thought he would sit out the back-to-back, considering it sounded like he's been sick lately, but he's going to be out there balling. I want to keep an eye on Julian Champagnie. I didn't catch this yesterday, but SpursTalk.com, a website I always recommend, no sponsor-related type stuff at all. I'm not sponsored by them. It's a website I enjoy reading. He does game recaps the next day or sometimes that morning. And he mentioned that in our loss last night, Champagnie, after he started missing shots, was hanging his head and was possibly affecting his defense as well. So I kind of watch his body language. Try to be more in tune. It's going to be tough because I'm calling the game. I'm doing a scoreboard. I'm talking to you guys. But Champagnie looked so good in preseason and looked great to start the season. The last thing I want him is to regress into that passive player that's looking to pass first and not shoot first. And that's one thing I forgot to mention in the video today about the floor spacing. You're seeing Sochan, Wesley, and Castle now passing up threes. There are times when they're open for three, and instead of shooting the open three, they're driving and then driving and shooting, or driving and passing, because they probably don't rightfully so at this moment, don't have the confidence in their shot. And I hate to say it, but it is what it is. Mario, boy, I gotta say, I'm still kicking myself. I totally missed I didn't shoot any shorts for the one Yankees win. I missed that doofus in the stands with the ball. And my girlfriend's like, hey, you should do a short on that. I was like, And then I totally missed a grand slam. And I was thinking back. We were talking a lot that night, but I was also cuddling with the dog in the house. He kept coming up and being all, cuddly. And he's usually not overly cuddly. So I think I was so distracted. But I blew that as a content creator. Learn from mistakes. Edward Scissorhands is a glorified gardener. Okay, fair enough. We should have won. And I since I was watching that in the Spurs, I didn't see some of the bonehead things Boone did, but I heard there was some pretty amateur stuff by the Yankees on the field. Yes, it was Son of Scar. Let's hope it's better tonight. Players are on the court. The arena is empty. And away we go. Nobody at the Delta Center right now. I know the game has just started, but oh my gosh, it looks pretty empty. I hope you didn't just hear any music. I just muted my speakers. If you did, my apologies if something was just blasting in your ear. And a bucket, start off the game by Kyle Filipowski. Gets into the paint, throws it up and in. Jazz up 2-0. It's 21, 8, and 9 in 17 minutes. What? Wemby takes 3 to start the game. No good. And that's what I want to see less of. I think most of us want to see less of that. Like Wemby. Stop chucking threes. And Kessler gets loose in the paint and he throws down a dunk. Oh boy. 4-0. Jeremy Sung with the ball for the Spurs. Out to Wemby. Wemby gets it back to Champagnie. Champagnie back to Wemby. 14 on the shot clock, so plenty of time. Wemby a step back 3. Oh for 2. Good evening, Homer. No, Lance, I don't have the light on. And as I looked over and said hi, that was Filipowski with another bucket, and that was a 3. The Jazz are 0-4. And we're down 7-0 already. CP3 to pick and roll with Wemby. Wemby into the paint, throws it up, and actually throws it to Sochan. Sochan will pass it back out to Barnes. 4 on the shot clock. Chris Paul's going to check a 3. Nope. Offensive rebound to Sochan. Sochan finds Champagnie. He gets double teamed. Back to Chris Paul. Over to Barnes. 4-3. No good. And an offensive foul on the Spurs. What's up, Eric? Thank you for stopping in. Caesars is not the start we're looking for. Biscuit Buddy, I love me some Victor Wembanyama, but the high level or the high amount of threes he's been taking lately is alarming. I mean, if he was hitting them at a 40% clip, who cares? Keep firing, big man. But he's hitting them at a 20% clip, which is not helping his team. That pull-up jumper is good. Keontae George with the jumper, and the Spurs are down 9-0. Jack, go Spurs, go to you. Wemby's going to take another 3. For the love of God, go in. Thank you. Wemby's taken 3 threes already. Is he 16% for the season? Wemby trying to play like Kevin Durant? Yeah, Kevin Durant, he is not. That shot is no good by George. And Wemby's actually going to bring the ball up for the Spurs. Taking another 3. I mean, it went in. It went in. But he's taken 4 threes already. He already tied his points from last night. Spurs calls a turnover. Champagne drives in the paint, goes for the layup and gets it. 1 point game. Right? I mean, all these threes. I mean, it's hard to get mad when they go in, but it's not really what I expected from him when we drafted him. Jordan Clarkson launches it, no good. 9-8 Spurs can take the lead. The Jazz started off with a 9-0 run. The Spurs are currently on an 8-0 run. Wemby passes across court to a wide open all-day Harrison Barnes and misses the three. You got to make those when you're that open. Wemby to the weight room. I mean, he has gained weight, 15 to 20 pounds from last season? You can't have that weight come on too fast. You don't want to do putting on 15 pounds a month. His body needs to gradually increase in size. That can be cut to a way that sounds bad. Cody Williams for 3-0 good. Champagne with the rebound. Gets it up to Wemby. Wemby crosses over. Step back three. No good, but he's going to get fouled and go to the line for three. And Wemby's taken 5 threes already. Oh, did Wemby only have 5 points yesterday? And he already has more points. I mean, I'd say if you keep chucking threes, you're going to win. No, Joanne, I disagree. It's 2024. 2-pointers are still worth 2 points. If they were worthless, they'd be worth 0. Yeah, David. I mean, believe me, I'm trying to put on muscle, and I'm really not. I'm just working out, trying to get in shape. But as we go into timeout, I feel pretty good. I was walking around today, felt my arms, and I was like, they're actually kind of solid. TSR is, getting in shape. Tushin, good evening to you. Wemmy's trying to fix his three, so he keeps shooting for practice in the game. I prefer you actually shoot them in practice, but I mean, Wemby go to Wemby, I guess. So whatever. I'm gonna root for the team no matter what. I'd like to see us. We gotta win tonight. Can't lose to the 0-4 Jazz. Molestic. I know if he's making them, then I'm sorry, too shig. If he's making them, then it is hard to complain. I think he gained at least 15, Matt. He looks different from last year. Like Goku going SS3, is that like his final form? I'm not familiar with, is that Dragon Ball Z, right? I've heard of the character and I've heard of the game, but I don't know. I know there's like a form thing. I don't know. I'm messing it up. I guess so, Alex. I'm done with the Bucks. We suck. What, Jay Money, the Bucks suck this year? Miss TSR does lift weights. She does a lot of cardio. She has been hitting the gym hard all year. There's a playlist where there's a couple videos of her working out and doing Spartan stuff. It's not on the front page, but if you go to the playlist section, there's the TSR family playlist, and there's quite a few videos in there of Miss TSR working out. So yeah, she's very big into fitness. Garrett, I'm sure I'm going to let him keep shooting. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Just Utah. It's in Utah, the legend. It's a lot of threes. Black Panther Jeter, como está, mi hombre? Oh, the Yankees, puñeta. No bueno. Our record's 1-3. We're down 48-70 at the half. Don't you guys still have Giannis and Damian Lillard? That feels like it's almost impossible for you guys to be struggling. No bueno. I heard today from somebody in the chat. I don't know, somebody DM'd me. Cowboy X Factor messaged me on the Twitters. He said apparently Boone's coming back next year. I'm ready to move on with Aaron Boone. Oh, Utah challenged the foul, and the offensive foul on Wemby. He actually threw his leg out and kicked. He kicked Kyle Filipowski. Wemby's done that with his big old feet and legs before, so that's actually a turnover. And now a turnover for the Jazz. Spurs ball. Wemby will drive it up the court. Wemby on the perimeter a lot so far in this game. The inverted pick and roll with Chris Paul. Paul finds a wide open Sochan for three. He's going to take the three. Jeremy needs that. I know, Biscuit Buddy. The Spurs have never committed a foul in their life. Side Draft Media, my NASCAR buddy. What's going on? If you are a NASCAR fan and you're looking for NASCAR content, make sure you subscribe to Side Draft Media. Good dude and working hard over there and looking to get to, I think you're on your way to 1,000, last I checked. Been a little busy lately with all my teams playing, multiple teams playing in night sometimes. I think Wemby just had a block on Kessler. It is Spurs ball. Spurs on the break. So into the paint. Layup. A total brick. Champagne at the putback. Also brick. Nobody fast breaks like our San Antonio Spurs. Spurs up 11-9 at the moment on an 11-0 run. And Wemby with a steal. And that's his first steal of the season. I don't think he had one up into this game. CP3 to Wemby. Wemby gets him in the Sochan in the paint. Jeremy. Off the glass, no good. Offensive follow-up, no good. And Sochan looking like the Sochan of last year where he's throwing up shots in the paint and he cannot get any of them to drop. And a block by Wemby. Walker Kessler driving the paint trying to throw up a layup. You can't be doing that against Wemby. And then Wemby turns the ball over. If you didn't know, the Spurs had the 29th worst offense in the league. The Jazz have the 30th worst. This is going to be something. Wemby passes it out to Barnes after they get the ball back. Sochan back to Wemby. Wemby fakes the corner three, drives in the paint, and blow the dunk! He missed the dunk. It's going to be that kind of night. Chris Paul to the paint to Wemby. There we go. An alley-oop to Wemby. There's some Lob City.
Justice.
How can the Dodgers possibly afford Juan Soto? Like they're like a bajillion dollars over their payroll. And a drive and a layup by Keontae George. The Spurs were on a 13-0 run. It is 13-11 now. A foul and Harrison Barnes down the other end. Wemby does have more shots and points in the first quarter than he did the other night. Looks like he's coming out. Yes, I mean, that move would have been great. That dunk attempt on Kessler would have been a massive poster. He does get the dunk on the... I mean, that one's not a poster. I mean, it's a good one, but the other one would have just been a poster for the ages. Yeah, Side Draft, I mean, listen. That Ginobili jersey on the wall is because of you. I will never forget that. Harrison Barnes at the line for two. When he got fouled, he threw up some garbage to make sure he got to the line, and it worked. So we got Zach Collins, Keldon Johnson, and Blake Wesley checking in. Interesting. Castle not first off the bench. If I had to watch one sport, Homer, it'd be basketball. Joe, calling Wemby a bust was ridiculous, but I would call basketball because, with all due respect, I do find baseball boring at times to watch. There's 162 games. Season's way too long. I love football, but it's only 17 games. And being a Giants fan, it is only 17 games for the most part. With basketball, defensive foul on the Spurs immediately on the inbound pass on Blake Wesley, I think. With basketball, I get at least 82 games. It's my favorite sport to play. It's my favorite sport to call. The majority of this channel is built on basketball, so it would be hoops. Well, thank you, Side Draft Mania. Thank you, Don. We finally finished the wall. We got Parker, Ginobili, and, of course, the three bigs. It is Jazz ball, and a steal by Keldon Johnson, and then he turns the ball immediately over, and an alley-oop and a dunk by John Collins. I forgot John Collins is on the Jazz. Coming off the bench, not a starter. Malika Branham's checked in for the Spurs. Branham has looked pretty good so far in the regular season in limited action. Keldon with the ball, and he has not looked good. Back to Branham, over to Sochan. 6 on the shot clock. Sochan's going to force a three. That looked bad. He made a three earlier. That one looked a little rough. Good luck, Boop. Coyote's not like him. Boop. 4:25 to go in a offensive tournament. We turned it over on the inbound pass. Smoke him if you got him. Jazz ball, 15-13. These offenses are offensive. It's a 3 for the Jazz, no good. That was missed by County George to get the ball back. A beautiful drive by Colin Sexton. He gets the layup, and I can't believe Sexton's not starting. Okay, whatever. Under 4 minutes to go, all tied up. By the 2 worst offenses in the NBA, for the record. Keldon's going to drive into the paint. Back to Blake Wesley, over to Jeremy Sochan. Sochan will take off himself, spins around, turn around Jay. Nice move, nice finish. Yeah, I don't know what happened in Game 5, Biscuit Buddy. I was hoping it would go at least 6 games. It wasn't meant to be. And Boone sucks as a coach. That's a missed 3 for the Jazz. Spurs ball, 17-15. Oh, you didn't know? Happy Halloween, Roy. Brandon pull-up jumper, bank shot, thinks he's Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan, he is not. It does not go in. Jazz ball, down by 2. The Medicare guys in Texas, thank you for stopping in. Go Spurs, go to you. Collins drives, throws up a little mini jump hook. Good. All tied up. Pop calling a timeout with 3 minutes to go. Yeah, Sidegraph Media, for a small channel, and please don't take that the wrong way, but for like a new channel, the fact that you're getting interviews with so many people is incredible. That is just props to you. I don't know how you even go about doing that, but you're doing it. No, Anthony, our offense is it's not good. It is not good. It's bad. It's ugly. Let's say hi to the rest of the gang while we're in a pop timeout. Little Mikey's here because sometimes you just need a Ninja Turtle, right? And then of course, rocking the one, the only headband is Mr. Headband Grogu. Yeah. Ooh, don't forget that side too. Yeah. Ooh. My headband is so cute. Check out my headband. Yeah. It's not a bandage. It's a headband. I'm glad Branham has got out of his slump in the preseason. He looked awful, and he's turned it around. His defense still suspect, but offensively he's looking good. Do you think Keldon's defense has improved? If it has, it's a little bit. Rich, we've created wonderful relationships with team members and drivers. We're hoping to give love to all the small teams and members that deserve attention too. All right. That's awesome. And hey, props to you. Whoa, Running Joe James says this. He says, whoa, this page has come a long way from 3 to 4 years ago. Great job, Rich. Nice to see fellow Spurs fans here. Go Spurs, go, baby. Thank you, Running Joe James. Headband smells like the snow. It doesn't. Yes, we've certainly come a long way. And just imagine, we are nowhere near the ceiling of this channel's potential. The reason I say that is if you look at the teams we cover primarily, they're bad. The San Antonio Spurs have been only a losing team during this channel's existence. We started the channel on April 5th, 2019, covered 2 playoff Spurs games, 2 Spurs playoff games, and we were eliminated by the Nuggets. But as far as full season content, this is our 6th season covering the Spurs, and they have been a loser. I don't want to say loser, a losing team, all 5. Possibly a losing team this year. They're a losing team at this moment in time. And just imagine when they start turning things around, becoming a perennial playoff team, when Wemby's in the running for MVP, that type of excitement is going to, I think, really just drive this channel hard. And if the Giants ever get good, we do have shorts on here. There's regular NBA content. We're going to start covering Shaqtin' a Fool. There should be one this weekend for the regular season. Only one season of Shaqtin' a Fool, but me and my girlfriend absolutely love watching those, so we can't wait to react to those and get those up for you. Wow! Come on. I mean, if you don't think Kellen's good, sure, but that's a little harsh. A lot of people, Michael, say that I'm the reason the Spurs suck because I started this channel and started calling them because he's only been bad in this channel's lifetime. Ball goes out of bounds. Going to stay with San Antonio. Patty Mills, former San Antonio Spur, has checked in the game. Penalty. Wemby's playing. and taking a lot of threes. Stefan Castle has checked in for the Spurs. Malcolm Branham is at the line for 2. Hits the first one. How about Patty Mills? Nice to see him with, well, not nice to see him with the Utah Jazz, but nice to see him on the court. I would love to see Patty back in some kind of assistant coach capacity with the Spurs. Both free throws good. 19-17. Low scoring game. Yep, that running Joe James. Channel started 1 year before the 19, we'll call it. And that was a good time. I mean, that was a good time to start a channel for a lot of people. A lot of people got huge during that. Stefan Castle dishes to Collins in the paint. Collins gets blocked from behind. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Spurs. It was blocked by former Spur Drew Eubanks. We got Drew Eubanks and Patty Mills in the game for the Jazz. It's like watching the Spurs of now versus the Spurs of a few years ago. And I didn't see what happened on the inbound pass, but we don't have a ball anymore. That runner is no good by Colin Sexton. He was fouled. He will go to the line for 2, trying to tie it up. Joe Cotton, go Spurs, go to you. I believe this time next year, if Pop hasn't left the team, there will be cries for him to go. More and more people are starting to realize we need better coaching. And go Spurs, go to you from the Philippines, San Jose. Here's what I'll say. I'm not ready to give up on Pop yet. That being said, if the Spurs were to lose 60 games this year, and we have 3 60-game losing seasons in a row, then I would probably say it's time for a change. You have to show progress at some point. Like, something's got to get better somewhere. And if you're just staying in neutral, that's not going to fly anymore. No one has hit some threes tonight, but is Pop really going into a game plan with that in mind? I don't know what the game plan is. We couldn't get any play. We couldn't get any plays for Wemby yesterday. He was on the perimeter or getting pushed around in the paint. I don't know. Nothing worked right yesterday. Blake Wesley for 3. No. Zach Collins with the offensive rebound and loses the ball. Keldon's there to corral it. 10 on the shot clock for San Antonio. Keldon looks to drive, gets it to Zach. Over to Blake Wesley. He's going to drive baseline. Stepped out of bounds. I know. Imagine if Sandwich was on the roster and they had 3 former Spurs. This offense is terrible in Illuminatics. That was a big point in the video today. I didn't realize how bad the offense was until I started doing some research on it. And it really, last night, games prompted it, because when I saw Wemby getting double-teamed or triple-teamed, when I just saw the Thunder swarming on him, I was like, this isn't good. He's starting to get double-teamed a lot like he was last year. How's our shooting? And then I saw our shooting, and then I didn't realize we have the second worst offense scoring, but we also are second worst in turnovers. So offensively, we are bad. Bad offense. All right, anyway, Jazz ball. 6 on the shot clock. Sexton will pass it out to Patty Mills for 3. Patty Mills doing it to his old team. What's the record for most turnovers in a season? I hope we don't even have to address that. Zach Collins drives into the paint, misses the dunk. Happy Halloween, Ernie. Yep. Yeah, they will. Patty Mills for another corner 3. Patty Mills has hit back-to-back threes against his old team. Did he say that? Biscuit Buddy, you might be right. I mean, I don't know. Stefan Castle drives, almost turns the ball over. Zach Collins gets the loose ball, and then Keldon gets the next loose ball. Keldon drives in the paint, misses a shot. I'll tell you what, this lighter Keldon so far in the regular season has not been doing anything offensively. Patty Mills won another 3! Patty Mills has gone on a 9-0 run by himself. He's got 9 points in 2 minutes. Blake Wesley for 3 because we got 19 points. And we've been talking all night that our offense has sucked. Patty Mills running all over the place, just going to fire off another three. That's an air ball, but it's caught by John Collins. He's going to get fouled on the putback. How about Wembanyama? Radamahata, I can't talk. Definitely did not like all the threes that were getting launched at the start of the game. Never thought this game would be Wemby versus Patty Mills in a three-point competition, right? Anthony, yes. That is my issue. And, some Spurs fans are not happy with the video that I did today, and that's fine. I said in the video, I'm very happy to disagree with anybody's opinion on this channel, this community. The only thing I don't agree with is bullying or name calling. Like, that's not necessary. Both free throws good. But I am seeing the same problems last year, this year already. Brandon for three at the buzzer, air ball. I mean, the turnover issue is still there. Our shooting is awful. I mean, the offense truly feels like at this moment it's regressing. Yes, I know Devin Vassell is out, but we can't lean on that as a crutch. Like, he's going to fix all our issues when he comes back. If he does fix all our issues, then he got underpaid. The Jazz are they playing two? Oh, Williams and Filipowski, yeah. The second unit has a combined 2 points. John Lou, Patty Mills went on a personal 9-0 run. He hit 3 3-pointers in a row. Jeff in the zone, good evening to you. Joanne, I still don't want to trade Keldon. But if he keeps playing like this by the All-Star break, then I will change my tune. I will concede to that. If he plays this bad right before let's say till January, and people are saying trade him, I'll have nothing to stand on. It's still early. I'm hoping they turn it around. But the second unit's over 7. I thought our bench was going to be better this year, didn't you guys? Weren't we thinking our bench? We added Chris Paul, Harrison Barnes. We're going to be a deeper team. Yeah, deeper in a deficit. Colin 0, Keldon 0, Brandon 2, Wesley 0, Castle 0. Joanne, I will agree with you there. I can't argue what you just said at 9:37. How we're not seeing progress. I mean, Malachi Branham is pretty much the same player he was when he came to the league. Wesley's improved a little bit at finishing the paint, but his shot has developed 0. Branham's defense has developed 0. Our ability to develop players, something that we've done great. And my whole time as a Spurs fan for the last 30-plus years, it seems like that is not as strong as it used to be. And maybe Chip leaving to go to OKC. By the way, OKC shooting lights out a lot of nights. Maybe losing Chip was a much bigger loss than any of us ever anticipated. A huge loss. No, Kokoshibo, it's been a... I don't like to being on Brian Wright because he's an easy target. But his drafting has not been great. And one thing I'll always reference, and I can't give him a pass for this, is the 2021 draft when we drafted Joshua Primo, which was a reach, and Joe Wieskamp. Both players were off the team essentially in a year. Wieskamp was off the team after 1 year. Primo pulled out his primos and played, 4 games the next year? And he showed a couple flashes, no pun intended, of ability, but overall, he never really looked good on the court. His shooting was abysmal, and that was such a horrible pick. And that year was a waste for a rebuilding team. That is horrible. Well, Brandon misses the layup. Lemmy swats the ball and ends up going in. Anthony, at some point, we're going to have to look at the front office and Pop, or just the front office. And that includes Pop. They're the ones that are making decisions on what players are on the roster. And just maybe we're putting the wrong players together. I don't know. I don't want to start going down that path. It's still very early. But if we're the worst offense 10 games from now, with Devin being back, who should be back, I believe, Saturday, yeah, that's an issue. Spurs got a turnover. Have a 4-on-1 fast break. Wemby flies in the paint. Get out of the way. You are not going to stop that. Boom, shakalaka.
Thunder, dome of justice.
That's fair, Biscuit Bunny. He's really trying to be a perimeter shooter, and he's not. Not yet, at least. I mean, you're 7'3". How many times have we seen him in the paint with a guy on him that's like 6'7", and we just don't take advantage of it? That's a miss for the Jazz. They get the ball back immediately. Sexton in the paint. Layup. Rolls off the rim. No good. Malachi Branham will sky for the rebound. Spurs ball. About 10.5 minutes to go. Down by 7. CP3 over to Branham. Branham with a straight up 3. All right, Malachi. 30-26. And the Jazz are going to take a timeout. Trey Jones, his initial injury, he was out for 2 weeks, which means he should be back, I don't know, 7 to 10 days? Pop knows everybody sucks. He's just chilling. Oh my gosh. By the way, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, let's see if we can get at least to 50. We're in a timeout. I have no idea where we're at. I don't expect a huge... Oh, we did get to 50. We have actually a good crowd in here. I thought it would be smaller because of Halloween, but Spurs fans coming out, appreciate you. Any Jazz fans here, appreciate you. Can we get it to 75 thumbs up? There's enough of you in here. And what just happened? My cursor disappeared, but I found a trick to bring it back. There we go. But if you get the thumbs up, would greatly appreciate it, because if you don't hit the thumbs up, well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, brother. If you don't hit the thumbs up,
I'll see you in your dreams. I'll kill you slow. You'll be down and never hear Go Spurs go. You are all my children now.
All right, anyway, I'm done being weird. I'm not done being weird. You like this lineup? It's a little smallish, but if they start playing well, then let's go for it. I mean, I don't care what lineup's out there. Well, I do care what lineup is out there. If a lineup is playing well, I don't care who it consists of. Anakin, thank you for stopping in. Not reaching 300 thumbs up means Baby Coyote gets shaved? No. How dare you? How dare you? Thank you, Robert. Fresh Zero, I mean, I'd be fine with him getting some playing time. I don't know if and when that's going to happen. Yes, indeed, Black Panther. Yes, indeed. How could you say shave Coyote? He wouldn't look good. Landon Sports Talk, a Dodgers fan. Congratulations to you on the Dodgers winning the World Series. I'm glad you have that at least, because the Cowboys stink. As do the Giants. I did expect the Giants to stink. I didn't expect the Cowboys to stink this year. Thank you, Steven. For those that don't know, I am also a singer. I use that loosely, but I'm a musician. And if you've never checked out the TSR Sports music playlist on the front page, everything on there is 100% me. Well, except for maybe some of the writing, but I play the guitar, play the drums, play the bass, do the vocals. There's a Rage Against the Machine cover on there of Killing in the Name Of, called Wemby in the Name Of. My girlfriend even likes that one, and she doesn't like metal. So if you get a chance, check it out. Jesse, thank you so much for the $5 super chat for the spot on Freddy voice. Go Spurs go, and a Go Spurs go to you. Thank you, appreciate that. And it would be nice to win tonight. I can't root for my team to lose, and I think Drew Eubank just had a dunk while I was looking at the super chat. It is Spurs ball to get it into Wemby. Wemby's going to zip it across to Chris Paul. Thought about the 3. No, he'll take the 3. He'll make the 3. 3-point game. Yes, they do, Medicare. Yes, they do. Planet, I know. Isn't Connect playing very well for the Lakers? I was very disappointed we did not take a player with that pick. Wow, Patty Mills chucks up an air ball. The biscuit! Bunny says, go Dodgers, the $5 super chat, and I am obligated to say whatever you guys put in the super chat. So thank you for that. Unless I'm not going to say anything political or demeaning. But go Dodgers. Landon, it's tough to watch the Giants every week. And it's been like that for a decade. Spurs ball. I think the Jazz has turned it over. Wemby with the ball in the paint, spins around behind the back pass to Chris Paul, and Chris Paul could not hold on to it. That is all on CP3. And even just said, Pop looks sleepy. He actually does. He looks tired. Probably is tired. He's like 75? Offensive foul, Drew Eubanks will be Spurs ball. Yeah, that's all good, Phil. All good. Danny Dime just slinging it. Yeah, slinging something. Barlow's on Atlanta. That's right. Dominic Barlow. B-ball. Let's not use any political. No, please, no political parties. Not either the current president, former president, any of the people running. I'd really like to not have that in the channel. Wemby's going to take a shot, get fouled, and he's going to go in line for two. Black Panther Jeter, the $2 super chat says, go Yankees no matter what. 27 better than 8. Fire 100%. Yes, 27 is greater than 8. Matter of fact, it's more than triple 8. Do the Dodgers only have 8? I thought they had more than that. I'm not trolling the Dodgers. I actually thought they had more than that. Wemby for 3. I don't like him chucking threes, but it went in. It's hard to criticize somebody who hits the threes. He's 3 of 5 from 3 tonight. Though there's your 5 for the night, Wemby. No more. Drew Eubanks gets blocked by Wemby. Going to draw the foul. Bonjour, Julian. Go Spurs, go to you. I really thought it was more than 8, Phil. The Yankees haven't won a World Series since 2009. And for Yankees fans, that feels like an eternity. They did not win one in the 2010s. They did not win one in the 80s. I'm trying to think of any other. I don't think they won any in the 1900s. I don't know about the 10s. And obviously, they went on a tear with Ruth and Gehrig. Yeah, it's just watching the offense disappear for the Yankees in that World Series. Drew hits them both. It's actually kind of used to it. I love Aaron Judge, but he is a stack umpire in the regular season, and then every playoff series, just almost nothing. Wemby for 3 again. Back rim, no good. He's taken 6 threes already. He's going to take double digits before the game's over. Colin Sexton's going to drive, whips it out. That was a bad choice of words. Sends a ball at the 3 from the corner. Timeout. Rich, it's actually 7.5. The 2020 gets a half. It's a full championship. It is. A lot of people like to call, or a lot of people like to say LeBron James is 3.5 and 6 in the finals. I'm like, no timeout. I'm like, he's not 3.5. It's 4. It was a weird time in sports in 2020. They still won a championship that everybody else had a chance to win. And as a Spurs fan, if the Spurs won, I would say the Spurs have 6 championships. I wouldn't be saying 5.5. Mamu's checked in. He's going to take a corner 3, no good. So Sandro Mamukelashvili getting some playing time tonight. Patty Mills is going to drive in the paint and run right back out. Got Wemby chasing him. That's not the match we're looking for. A drive and now another whistle on the Spurs. Championships of a championship. Although I know there's some Lakers fans in the chat. I don't consider the in-season tournament thing a championship. I'm sorry. That should be a banner up in the rafters with the other championships you have up there. The championships that Kobe won, and Shaq won, and Magic won, and Kareem won. Though that banner should not be up there. Come on. 6 is better than 4. I'm telling you, Wemby's going to take 10 threes before this game's over at least. Yeah, Biscuit Buddy, I'm not trying to knock, obviously not knocking Lakers fans. I'm knocking the Lakers organization for treating that like it's the same thing as all those great things you've accomplished in the past. Have a little parade for it? Sure. Do a little thing before the game to celebrate it? Absolutely. Put it up with the esteemed championships hanging from your rafters? No. Both free throws are good for the Jazz. They are up 39-32 as the Spurs offense continues to just sputter along. Wemby way out in three-point lane, gets over to Mamu. And now a foul away from the ball. In-season tournament is trash. Wemby CP3 duo looks weird. Interesting. Are the Warriors 4-1? Landon, did the Golden State Warriors have any big additions this offseason that I'm forgetting? I know Klay Thompson left. Julian Champagnie drives in the paint, goes for a monster dunk and can't complete it. It is Jazz ball. That may have been partially blocked. It is Jazz. 16 on the shot clock. Spurs have their starting lineup except for... They got Mama Win. Who's not on the... Sochan's on the bench. That's a miss. Wemby with the rebound. 7-11 to go. Curry's injured? But he healed? Okay. They're just playing good as a team then. Wemby gets an alley-oop to Mamu. Mamu with the alley-oop layup. Doesn't really have healed his ball. Really? Okay. Sexton from around the elbow. Good. 41-34. Aren't they asking that Pop is allowing a team to do what they want until a certain point, similar to the Sochan point guard experiment? Ball's going to get knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with San Antonio. 41-34. Wow, we got a Mamu sighting. Well, he's checking out now. Zach Collins checking in. Sochan checking in. Castle checking in. I don't think Castle's taking a shot tonight. I'd have to thank you for stopping in. Buddy, I didn't realize he was going off. Wow. Fair enough, Carlos. I don't think they're a championship contender. I don't. Sochan drives in the paint. Runner off the glass is good. The Western Conference is so deep and stacked. I can't see Golden State with a current roster being a contender at the end of the season, but anything's possible with Steph Curry, right? Nice drive and finish by Filipowski. He had Zach Collins all over and was able to throw it up off the glass. 43-36, 6:10 to go. Collins wide open for three. Looks down at the floor. God. Airball. Oh, boy. Airball. Oh, Zach Collins. Throwing up some air. Look, stop playing Zach. I mean, he looked down and nobody... Oh, Sochan with a steal. This is going to be a dunk. Yep, there he goes. Nice job, Jeremy. Fast break dunk.
Thunder, dunk of justice.
Yeah, playing it. You know what? Wemby's playing significantly better than last night, and we are losing to an 0-4 team. We absolutely are. Foul by the Spurs. 43-38. That's on Sochan. Paulo Banchero out indefinitely with a torn oblique. Oh, he was playing really well, wasn't he? That's a bummer. Wemby needs a consistent hook shot. It will neutralize his lack of strength in the post. Justin, a lot of Spurs fans have been saying, develop some sort of hook shot. Like a little baby hook, just something. Trade Collins for Bronny and destroy his future dynasty. I don't think Bronny James is going to be LeBron James passes the torch to. We have 2 free throws for the Jazz. It's Keontae George. First one's good. Yeah, Paul put up a 50-piece, and now he's hurt. Alex Sochan's been better. He has been better. He seems to have improved from it, so far at least, offensively from last season. Still can't shoot for Ish, but he seems more aggressive in the paint. We see sometimes he's getting double teamed in the paint and still takes the shot, and he has made them at times. Zach Collins with the ball over to Sochan. Sochan's going to take off into the paint. Throws up the high layup, no good. Fight for the board. It's going to fall into the hands of Stephon Castle. We have 12 on the shot clock. Castle starts to drive, gets into the paint, throws it out to Keldon, who's open for a corner 3. Good God, he can't shoot this year. He cannot hit a shot. Keldon. You lost all that weight and it's made you a worse basketball player. We're going to have a drive and a layup by Keontae George and 1. And we're down by 9. Veronica, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. The bench is 2 for 13. No, Alex, Keldon with his new physique is not doing better. I thought for sure, I'm like, he's trimmed down. We saw that monster dunk in the preseason where he absolutely postered somebody, which I don't think he could have did last year. But since the regular season has started, his offense has been... Dougie versus the Spurs on November 11th. Nice. 0 on Keldon's jersey now says a lot. Oh. Right now, that's his trade value. For those of you that are saying trade him, for as awful as he's playing right now, if he's still playing like that a few months from now, do you really think we're going to get anything for him? Nope. Harrison Barnes in the paint, throws it up, and no good. We're down by 10 to an 0-14. Who's missing their best player? Lauri Markkanen's not even playing. Jordan Clarkson, one-on-one with Stephon Castle. We'll get it over to Keontae George. George now guarded by the Sochan. 8 on the shot clock for the Jazz. We'll get into Kessler. Kessler guarded by Collins. Back to Keontae George. George drives, kicks it out. And a shot clock violation. Which the Spurs did a very good job against the Thunder, causing, I believe, 5 shot clock violations in that game. Brando, it's, yeah. Glaze and baking. That is not a typo on the scoreboard at all. Dougie was a part of the long-term plans, Carlos, because of his age. But if you're going to get rid of your best three-point shooter, you probably should replace him with a three-point shooter at some point. Keldon drives in the paint, misses the runner. Man, he just sucks. Keldon. The Spurs get the ball back. 10 on the shot clock. Jeremy's going to drive. Oh, that's an offensive foul. Yeah. We're not calling a block. Are they calling a block on that? Was Collins moving his feet? Jeremy just ran into John Collins. I'm guessing he wasn't set. Let me take a look. Yeah, he moved. He was moving. He actually did one of these. All right. He was moving his body. That's why he got the blocking. All right. I thought for sure that was an offensive foul at first. Tracy, go Spurs, go to you. Happy Halloween to everybody. Keldon lost weight and lost his ability to score as well. Random fact, Donovan Mitchell is 6'3" and wears size 18 shoes? He has some big old feet. Those are huge. I have a friend that's 6'1" and he wears size 16, so he's got some big old feet too. 48-38, the Sochan at the line with his patented one-hand free throw. He missed them both. Missed them both. Can't be just throwing points away like that. Not when we're down. We have 38 points. I just talked about at the start of the stream, we have the second worst offense in the NBA. You know who has the worst? The Jazz. Paul, a lot of people are saying that now. You're not alone. It's snowing where you're at. It was 80 degrees where I'm at today. Then it's going to cool off and be in like the 60s, 50s, and 75 next week. It's never like that in New England. Jordan Clarkson's not the line for 2. He makes the first free throw. 49-38. I can't believe how bad our offense is. Veronica, yeah, I agree with both those. If we lose to an 0-14 without their best player, Lauri Markkanen's not even playing. I know we don't have Devin or Trey Jones, but still, the majority of our best players out there, isn't he? And we're down by 11. Wemby would have pulled up Jay. Swish. No, not the Pistons. It's the Spurs and Jazz. The Spurs and Jazz are the worst offenses in the NBA. Unbelievable. Spurs down by 9. 3 minutes to go. Jordan Clarkson starts to drive, gets into the paint. We'll pass it back out to Keontae George. George, guarded by CP3, launches a 3 over him, and the ball's going to go out of bounds, and that'll be Spurs ball. Just I mean, that's a lot of people are saying it. Nice, Veronica. Dropping the emojis. And we are going into a timeout. All good, Homer. Garrett, I got to say, I've been a Keldon Johnson supporter. I've been a Johnson supporter. I'm losing my patience now. I got to say, what I'm seeing, it's only 4.5 games in, but I do not like what I'm seeing from him offensively at all. Gregory, well, the Jazz are beating us. That's Michael Myers from Halloween. I can't see the Spurs losing either, but my goodness. We're down by 9. There's still a lot of time. This game is far from over. Wemby is cooking tonight, which it's great to see him back to being Wemby. The 3 a.m. watch is getting difficult from France. Nobody knew. Oh my gosh. We'll get some sleep. Thank you for stopping in. And by the way, if you'd like to be a sponsor of TSR Sports, all you got to do is hit the thumbs up, and we'll consider you official sponsor. Follower JC, hello to you. Let's look at the positives. I mean, Wemby's playing well. Bucks are 1-4. Wow, what the buck? Well, John, you can't say the Keldon supporters are the reason he's still on the team. The front office is the reason he's still on the team. That's where it is. I've been a Johnson supporter, and that's where it ends. Yeah. Sam says, shout out to Lacatetico. I'm sure I said that wrong. I'm sorry. Keldon and Collins in a trade to the Knicks or either team that need a backup center. At this point, Collins may be more viable than Keldon. Michael Myers? Oh, he was a serial killer. He's an unstoppable serial killer. He was a messed up kid that took out his sister. Not took out on a date, but when he was like he was a little kid and she was, I don't know, maybe a teenager. After she had sex with her boyfriend, killed her. Went to a psychiatric ward for many years. Broke out and then started just killing people in his own neighborhood. His mask from the original Halloween movie is a William Shatner Halloween mask painted white. Kid you not. I don't know. I don't care how many HEB commercials have to come off the air. Is he in a lot of HEBs? It is not a real life story. There's like 10 movies. Keldon was a Team USA player, right? What has happened? Thank you, Veronica. Spike the like for the one and only Rich. A dedicated Spurs fan who has been calling this team for now season number 6. And I stick around for all the losing. And thank God Keldon hit a 3. Johnson puts it in. And Spurs down 49-43. This is my comfort thing when the Spurs are down. Jordan Clarkson drives, passes it out to George. George around the world. Can't see who's shooting the 3 there, but it's an air ball by Cody. That was Cody Williams with the brick. Ball goes down on the... Ball goes out of bounds, and Johnson's on the floor. Oh, actually, Johnson knocked that out of... Keldon knocked that out of bounds. It was a hustle play, though. Good hustle play. Jazz will get the ball back and to get a new 24. Okay. That's true, Alex. It is. 2:10 to go. 49-43. Jazz up by 6. The Jazz are in the bonus. John Collins drives, throws it up, and that is an absolute brick. These offenses are... The follow-up 3 is no good. Chris Paul with the defensive rebound. Brings it up the court. Gets it into Wemby. Wemby in the paint. Drops it out to Sochan. Wow, that was a no-look pass. I almost didn't catch it. Now Wemby's going to take a 3 when he gets the ball back. No good. Offensive rebound by Jeremy Sochan. Chase that. Get it away from Harrison Barnes. Got to compile the stats. Keldon with another 3. No good. We need some shooting, guys. Where's Riley Minix? He can shoot. Seriously, start giving Minix some minutes. Jordan Clarkson drives in the paint. Banks it. Good. Or rim bank. Good. 51-43. Can we get this lead to like 4 or less? Wemby's going to take another 3. How many 3s has he taken? 7 or 8? Clarkson for 3 down the other end. No good. Long rebound to John Collins. Keontae George stepped out of bounds. Turnover. Wemby needs to cut that Harlem Globetrotter crap until he starts winning playoff series. Put Mario Elliott? I don't think Mario Elliott's still in the NBA, Carlos. I think he's been retired for a while. Being an OKC fan right now is fun. It's fun being a Spurs fan. It's just tough with the losing. I'm excited about what's going to happen moving forward. Chris Paul near the elbow, good, 51-45. Yo, yes. And Measy, I think Baby Coyote should be coaching the Spurs. He'll do a good job. Another foul. This is on Chris Paul. We're going to have 2 free throws coming up for Cody Williams. I don't think we're tanking, Mr. Z. We're just not. We need Jamari Bouye. I mean, I like saying the Bouye during the games. You know that. Medicare. Actually, I could take a look at. I mean, I see Wemby's shooting. Wemby's 3 of 8. He does have 17 points. I'm sorry, he's 3 of 9. He's 7 of 14 from the game. He's 3 of 9. Wow, that's a lot of threes. First free throw's good. Second free throw's good. ESPN scoreboard might be a little ahead of me, which tends to make me think maybe Wemby's going to fire off a 3 right now. Yep. And he missed it. That's his 9th 3. He's 3 of 9. Spurs are trying a 2-for-1. I'm speechless. I'm glad Wemmy's getting his shots. But taking that many threes, can't say I'm thrilled about it. Speaking of threes, Williams for 3, in and out burger. Keldon with the rebound. Spurs got a few seconds to try to score. Keldon will sprint up the court. That's going to be a charge, isn't it? A blocking foul on the Jazz again. That's on John Collins. I wonder if he was moving. You don't mind the Boston ball chucking 3 strategy? Yeah, Collins is moving backwards. Keldon ran him over, but you're not going to get the charging foul if you're moving. And Collins is moving. Yeah, he's moving his feet. Absolutely. I mean, Boston took how many 3-pointers last night? Like 50-something? Keldon at the line for 2, makes the first one. I think about it. If you take 100 shots and hit 52s, that's 100 points. You take 100 shots and hit 35 threes, that's 105 points. The analytics tell you just chucking threes will win you the game. 1 second for the Jazz. Nope, don't even get a shot off. Wemby 17 points. The other 4 starters 16 points combined. 3 of 17. Yeah, the bench has been bad. John, good evening to you. Happy Halloween, David. And a Go Spurs go to everybody. Spurs are losing to an 0-4 team, which means it feels like we're getting this right now. Little Chuck Norris. All right, well, we'll get into the halftime stats here in a moment. Let me change my quarter to halftime. Nine threes and a half is crazy for a 7'4" player, indeed. But the offense has been bad tonight. All right, let's go in and get 12 on the clock. And let's go look at the halftime stats and see who's playing well and not well for the Spurs. And I think we're going to have more not wells than wells. And we want to check out the Jazz too, because we want to check out the opposition. I mean, that's the respectful thing to do if we're calling the game. Look at both teams. Don't just look at one. All right, we'll start with the Jazz first. I always start with the opposition. Filipowski with 7, Williams with 2, Kessler with 2, Clarkson with 3, and George with 9. The Jazz's bench, hold up. The starting lineup has scored 9, 11, 14, 23. The Jazz bench has scored 30 points. The Utah Jazz bench is cooking tonight. Off the bench, Collins with 6 points and 6 boards for the Jazz. Eubanks with 4, Sensabaugh with 3, Mills with 9, and Sexton with 8. The Utah Jazz bench has 30 points. Wow. Jazz for the game shooting 45%, 25% from 3, and they have 9 turnovers. The Spurs are actually winning the turnover battle. They only have 6. We're shooting 35% from the field and 27% from beyond the arc. So we are shooting better from beyond the arc, but our overall shooting percentage at 35%, it's quite bad. All right, let's take a look at the Spurs. Julian Champagny, He does have 5 rebounds, but only 2 points. 1 of 3 from the field. Jeremy Sochan with 9 points. Harrison Barnes with 2. Victor Wembanyama with 17. 7 of 14 from the field. 3 of 9 from 3-point land. He's 4 of 5 from 2-point land. I wish he would take more 2-pointers. Wemby with 5 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Does have 3 turnovers. Chris Paul, 5 points, 7 assists, no turnovers. So playing a very clean game. Off the bench, and the bench is playing bad. They've made 3 shots out of 5, 11, 50. They are 3 of 17. Zach Collins rocking an 0 for 3. He's got 0. Mama Kelishvili with 2. Keldon Johnson struggling again. 1 of 6 from the field. 5 points for him. Branham with 5 points. He's not shooting well. 1 of 4. Blake Wesley 0 for 2 at the donut. Stefan Castle hasn't even taken a shot. He's only played 6 minutes. 0 points, 0 assists. That preseason Stefan Castle we saw offensively seems to be disappearing now that the regular season is upon us. Spurs down 53-47. Let's go ahead and talk to the chat. We are 10 thumbs up away from 100. We need only 10 more to at least get to 100. We usually try to get to 100 by halftime. If you've been hanging out in the chat and have not hit the thumbs up yet, please do so. That's all I ask for on this channel. I mean, subscribe if you're enjoying the content, of course, but don't ask for any memberships, sponsorships, any of that nonsense. Just a thumbs up because that's how we roll.
Go, Spurs, go! Go, Spurs, go!
All right, what am I missing in the chat? I feel like this game will help our guys' chemistry. Marmalade? I hope so. I mean, it can't get worse, can it? Patty Mills is with the Jazz. The Ellis Donnell, the bench has been awful. Remember the year when the Lakers were 0 for 5 to start and still made the Western Conference Finals? We can do the same, just need more. I don't think we're making the Western Conference Finals this year, let's be honest. Yeah, I'm surprised Castle's not. Yeah, I'm surprised he's got 0 shots. The Milwaukee Bucks suck and their window has closed. I'd be willing to give up all Atlanta picks for Giannis Antetokounmpo at the trade deadline. Yeah? Yeah? No, he's not, Lance. He's really not. At 7-4, work on the inside game in the paint. Agree. Wemby has taken a lot of deep threes. I'll agree with that. Apples and bananas, good evening. I continue to wonder why Collins is on the floor because he's making about $18 million this year. The Twig Gaming channel, the same thing. They paid him, so he's getting minutes. Castle will be up and down, but he's just down right now, and it sucks to see him in a down. You know, it sucks to see him down. I can't wait to get rid of Wesley, Collins, and Keldon. Okay, that's fair. Michael, I respect your opinion. By the way, we're down, but go Spurs go. Oh, we're doing like a Thriller thing here. There's a Michael Jackson Thriller halftime show. It's in the dark with the dancers wearing like some kind of glow or like their outfits are glowing. They have lights on their outfits. It's actually it's different, but kind of cool. Castle's very raw offensively. I would agree. Imar says, seems like Wemby could take a dribble to get slightly close from a lot of his threes. Doubt they'll contest him too much. Yeah, he is shooting way far away from... Yeah, sometimes he's 3, 4, 5 feet beyond the arc, which could be closer. There hasn't been really 2024 rookies that stand out. You know what, Jamal? I haven't looked. I haven't looked in on Sar, Rasashe. I haven't checked on anybody. I should. Hey, Cowboy X Factor. The offense in general has to improve. 47 first half points is low in today's NBA. So let's read. Hixie says that's shadow tanking. Barnes is starting because we're also paying him $18 million. Let's take a look at some of the rookies from this year's draft because I honestly have not checked in on them. So this will be a live reaction, if you will. I mean, it is a live reaction, but a live. Let's see how the rookies are doing this year. Because I honestly don't know. So let's at Alexander Sarr first. I'm curious how he's playing. Need to type his name right. There we go. Alex Sarr. With Washington. Alexander Sarr is shooting under 30% for the season. 24 minutes a game. 24% from 3. He is a good free throw shooter. 83%. He's averaging 6 boards, about an assist. 1 steal, and 2.5 blocks, and 8 points. So really the only blemish on his rebounding is actually kind of low for somebody his height. Under 30% field goal percentage, that is rough. And actually coming to this game, I think Wemby's under 30%. What about Zachary Rizage, a player that a lot of Spurs fans would have liked the Spurs to get on their team, playing with the Atlanta Hawks. Zachary, at the moment, getting 25 minutes a game, and he is starting in Atlanta. The 19-year-old shooting 35% from the floor, 24% from 3. So, look, the rookies are, so far all the rookies in the draft class are shooting poorly. 58% from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 9 points a game. So, Zachary Rizage, he ain't playing that well. What about the guy in front of Stephon Castle, Reed Shepherd? When he played the Spurs, he was not getting any minutes. Has that changed at all? Has he had a good game? Reed Shepherd's playing in under 10 minutes a game, 33% from the field, 33% from beyond the arc, hasn't taken a free throw, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2.5 points per game. Reed Shepherd's not playing well. How about Dalton Connect? His name has come up quite a few times. We need shooting. Dalton Connect played extremely well in the preseason. Is he playing well in the regular season for the Lakers? He's played in all 5 games, getting about 16.5 minutes a game, shooting 45% from the field, 35% from beyond the arc. Hasn't missed a free throw, an assist, and a rebound, 8.2 points per game. See, Dalton Connect's playing, he's playing okay. Castle's teammate, Donovan Klingon. Miss TSR said he's been playing well. Let's see if we can confirm that. He's not starting. He's getting about 13 minutes a game, shooting 63% from the field, 100% from beyond the arc. I think he's taken 1 3, so take that with a grain of salt. He's taken 1 3. So he's 1 of 1, but he is shooting 100%. He's averaging about 6 boards. He does not have an assist yet in the NBA in two blocks. He's averaging almost 2 blocks a game in 12.5 minutes. That's actually really freaking good. His per 36 is 5.1 blocks per game. Holy moly. So he's been a shot blocking machine in limited action in Portland while averaging 5 points. So I would say he's, limited offense and limited opportunities. But actually, I don't want to say limited offense, just limited opportunities more than anything in Portland. He's been playing fairly well. What about the Spurs, the guy that we wanted, the other French kid? Tijon Saloon. He's only played in 2 games, about 13 minutes a game, shooting 25% from the field, 0 from 3, while averaging about 2 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and a steal, 1.5 points a game. Dilly gonna be the last one I look up because he's in my head right now. Rob Dillingham hasn't played. Rob Dillingham hasn't played in a minute with the. Is he hurt? Is he in the G League? Dilly hasn't played 1 minute with the Timberwolves. All right. I don't know. When they put the... Gosh, they're showing people dressed up for Halloween. Put quarter 3 up, and I'm sure I missed a lot of stuff in the chat. My apologies, but I want to look through the draft class, and a lot of guys... Really, nobody's doing much from this draft. This was considered a weak draft, and... Yeah, they're not really playing great so far. Savion, sometimes he chooses to shoot those threes. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate the thumbs up. Sometimes he just walks up and fires off the 3. Started defending well, confirmed. Ryan Dunn, I have not looked him up. Where was Ryan Dunn drafted, Muhammad? Was he a high pick? I did not look up Zach Edey. Dillingham has not played. All right, so a couple of you are saying Ryan Dunn. All right, I will actually look him up now. I don't even know which team he's on. It's a name I heard. Who's that athletic guy that was drafted in the top 10? Am I missing somebody? Somebody that was tied to the Spurs a little bit. Rob Holland. Has he played at all? Ron Holland, excuse me. He is with Detroit. 46% from the field, 11% from 3. 3 boards, 3 assists, 5 points, so not much. But Dunn, you guys are saying he's been solid? Ryan Dunn, all right. 6'6", small forward. He's playing with the Suns. All right. He's played 4 games with Phoenix, 15 minutes a game, shooting 52%, 44% from beyond the arc. And he's taking 4 3-pointers a game, so that's actually a good sample size. So he's shooting pretty well there. 2 rebounds and assists, 8 points a game. He is okay. Ryan Dunn's actually, he's giving us, I mean, that's a shooting we need right now. 44% from beyond the arc. We have nobody that's, yeah, we could use some shooting. We've been talking about it all night. We could just use some scoring in general at this point right now. Was he picked 25? Across the heck is Ryan Dunn. This is a guy drafted last year. Yeah, if we lose to the 0-4 Jazz, Brian, Joshua says he was not supposed to be able to shoot. He's supposed to be all defense. So far, Joshua, he's balling. They traded us a first for bench warmer and Dilly. I'm shocked he hasn't played. The more media, I will tell you right now, the team that scores the most points is going to win this game, bar none. Vassell's going to turn this team around when he comes back. Tracy, I hope you're right. And Savian, it has been disappointing. So I think Saturday night, when we're live for the Minnesota Timberwolves, Miss TSR will be back on live with us. I think we're going to do our first giveaway. I don't know which quarter it's going to be in, but I'm thinking a Wemby plushie to start off the season. Little, you know, we got Baby Coyote. We'll give away a Baby Wemby Saturday night. I will put it in the community notes probably tomorrow to give people a heads up. But yeah, a nice little thank you to you guys for your support, for hitting the thumbs up, for hanging out in the live streams, for super chatting, for watching the videos, etc. I'd like to do more of that type of stuff this year. And it'll be a live trivia. Whoever gets the answer first in the chat will get the baby plushie, the Baby Wemby plushie via Amazon Prime. Wemby's, he's playing okay. He's taking way too many threes. The Hawks are garbage. We're securing the Cooper. Is Atlanta falling apart? I thought they were playing okay. Are they not so okay anymore? We keep pointing to the Primo draft, but the 2022 draft, Sochan could have been Jalen Williams. Brandon Wesley just as bad. Done playing with Durant, Booker, and Beal, and you guys are all excited over somebody random guy taking wide open threes. Well, G5162, you still have to make those open threes. And our guys aren't doing that either. So, what you trying to say? How many times have we seen Sochan, Wesley, and Castle just left wide open to take a three? They're not making them. That's the problem with this team is we have guys that can't make open threes. We've been talking about on this channel all week. You might think this guy is overhyped. I actually don't know what you're trying to say. You're criticizing the guy for making open threes. That's what we need! We need a guy to get open threes! They can't hit him anywhere! And Bible, happy Halloween to you. If our guys get hit open threes, Wemby would be getting double and triple teamed. Third quarter's on the way. And I didn't see open that bucket as I was yelling. Sorry. I got you, Twig. 53-49, please let us beat the Utah Jazz. I have 2 friends that are Jazz fans. I don't know how in the world I have 2 friends that are Jazz fans. Almost a turnover by... Yeah, that's a turnover by the Jazz. It'd be Spurs ball. Well, G, you might be right there. Or maybe not. I don't know. That's also very early. He could have a huge cool-off. I'm hoping we have a cool-up. As in, like, well, not a cool-up. I hope we get hot. Off from 3. Harrison Barnes in the paint. A very, very awkward move. Ends up drawing a foul. Yeah, Brian, I have 2 friends that are Jazz fans. 2. One of my friends is a Jazz fan, a Yankees fan, and a Vikings fan. The other one's a Jazz fan, Cardinals fan, and Dolphins fan. People think I'm all over the place liking the Yankees, Giants, and the Spurs. Those 2 are... I don't know, man. Yes, they were into Stockton and the mailman. This is true. Harrison Barnes is at the line for 2. It's the first one, and the Spurs just hit David Robinson's number. Yeah, don't even just make the shot from somewhere. I don't like Karl Malone. For the record, B. Jackson. He elbowed David Robinson in the back of the head and knocked him out many, many moons ago. Dirty player. He also kicked Tim Duncan, I think, once. Good player, but a dirty player. Not Spursy at all. An alley-oop attempt is broken up by Wemby, and it's Spurs ball on the turnover. 53-51 under 11 minutes to go. Barnes out to Wemby. Over to Chris Paul. Over to Champagnie for three. In and out. Has Wemby met Olajuwon yet? I don't know. I'm concerned with Champagnie regressing lately. Although, you know what? Denvassell should be back Saturday night. And if he does come back Saturday night, Champagnie's going to the bench. And hopefully can be a spark plug off the bench. Whereas Clarkson, with the shot clock expiring, drives into the paint, throws it up, no good. CP3 with the rebound, gets it up to Barnes. Barnes drives, takes a quick three. Oh, my God. Even our good three-point shooters at times look like they don't know how to shoot a three. That was ugly. Jazz still up by 2. And another turnover by the Jazz. And I like saying another turnover by the other team. It's nice that has a nice ring to it. Barnes passes it out to Wemby. Wemby with a bullet to Champagnie. Champagnie with a little cross. Drives, throws it up off the glass. Brick. Champagnie can't buy a bucket anymore. Oh, boy. Remember when Malone? I think Malone was in the WCW. I don't think he was in the WWF. Wasn't it him and Hulk Hogan versus Dennis Rodman Hulk Hogan and Dennis Rodman versus Karl Malone and DDP? Was that the match? I don't know. Jeremy Sochan's wide open for three. Nope. It is brick after brick. Scott Hall, rest in peace. Hey, yo, Chico, you're going down and out. Wow, just misses on both ends of the floor. Now Cody Williams pull-up J is no good. Spurs ball, Chris Paul brings it up. Out to Wemby, wide open for three. Takes the three. This is 10-3. He's taking 10 threes. 10! He's 7'4" and he's taking 10 threes. That's got to be a record for a 7-footer taking threes in a game. Keontae George for three. We are watching the two worst offenses in the NBA right now. If anybody didn't know, the Spurs are the 29th worst offense. The Jazz are 30th. Carlos, I'm always behind because I'm streaming it. It sucks. The only time I'm ahead, and you guys actually pointed this out last night. How are you behind in the NBA game, but you're way ahead in the baseball game? Because the baseball game I was watching over the air antenna on Fox. Well, just on Fox. Spurs with 0 field goals in the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Cool. CP3 pulls up. Good. You can still hit that shot all day, that mid-range. The Twig, it's not the best one. Machine 78, good evening to you. Welcome back, We Max at Football. Spurs down by 2. And a drive, and I don't know if Wemby got a hand on that, but Kessler misses his layup. Spurs looking to tie it. Wemby over to Harrison Barnes. Barnes drives in the paint. He'll throw it down, and that's a tied game on the Thunder Dunk of Justice.
Thunder Dunk of Justice.
We were down by as much as 10, I think. Paul tanking them all. You're not alone on that. It's so, for those that don't know, I'll share a little information with you. I live in Connecticut, so I cannot watch the Spurs games over the air or on local TV because I'm not local. So I get the NBA League Pass every year, and because I'm streaming on my Roku, I'm always usually about 20 seconds behind. But other sporting events that are televised in not ABC, I don't get ABC, I have to watch ESPN3, which is free for whatever reason. Anyway, NBC, Fox, and CBS, when I watch sports on those 3 channels, 1, 2, like Macho Man 3, I'm usually way ahead because I'm on over-the-air HD, which there's no delay. CB3 has been playing well. And Malone was a dirty player. No, I mean, not an open 3. Can't be mad at that, but when he just... 10 threes is a lot, man. 10's a lot. He might be at 15 before the game's over, which is way too many for Wemby to take. And to see him take 50... yeah, he's probably going to get to 15. Oh, snap. The vets are coming through in the third. Yeah, they are. They actually are. Malone only picked on smaller guys or nice guys. He's never tried to try anything with Okie. But he knocked David Robinson out. I need you clarification. On what, Joshua? What do you think about the Jets stinking it up this year? It's about, you know what? Aaron Rodgers getting discount double-checked. That's what's happening right now. Did Wemby have 3 rebounds in the first quarter? I have no idea, Joshua. No idea. Did you bet on his over-under on rebounds? Oh, it said he did and then he changed it to 2? I don't know. I don't remember. I do not know his rebounds. I'm sorry. If you go to NBA.com and click on the box score, you can look at the quarter stats, and if they're saying 2, then that sucks if you put money on it and they changed it. B. Jackson, that's a darn good question. Oh my lord, my eyes are closing. Maybe I'm Carlos, you're tired. Go to bed, man. Isn't it late in Puerto Rico right now? Are you guys an hour ahead or are you the same time? What time is it where I am? It's 10:30. Oh, in the mouth. It's 10:30 where I am. Is it 10:30 where you are or is it 11:30? Stockton was a great player. Malone versus Lambeer. That's 2 dirty players versus... Well, that's 2 dirty players. Dirty player versus dirty player. Same time until Sunday. Paul, fringe playing at best. I don't think we're going to be a playoff contender. I think we'll be a play-in contender. I have us right now at 35 to 40 wins. I'm hoping Devasel coming back is a huge spark plug for this team. Jordan Clarkson for 3, no good. The Spurs have the lead. Did I miss something? Did I miss a bucket? They were playing when they came back from the timeout, so maybe when the NBA pass was in a commercial, I missed a bucket. I mean, that happens often. So you're an hour behind me, Rev Bryant Livingston Sr. Thank you for stopping in. Rafe Rowe Narif Macadengum? That's a name. Props. Now, a lot of folks want Champagne. Oh, Champagne dunked off a steel twig. I didn't even see that play. They didn't show it. I did not see that play. Because when they came back, my clock was 10 seconds off of the game clock, so I don't know. They came back after the play happened. Odd. 59-55, Spurs up by 4. They were down by like 10 at one point, but they are finally battling back and scoring. Cody Williams for 3, no good, and the Jazz now playing like an 0-4 team. And Kessler gets the rebound and loses it. Spurs get it up to Keldon. Keldon's got a one-on-one, drives in the paint. Oh, nice little jumper in the paint. Good. Whoops, that was a little too many. No, that was right, 61. This is the biggest lead of the game for the Spurs, 61-55, on a 14-2 run in the last 5 minutes. And Bible Trust, no idea. I pay for the NBA League Pass every year, so unfortunately I can't help you out. 61-55, 6 on the shot clock for the Jazz. Keontae George loses the ball. That's a steal from Wemby. Spurs have another fast break. Wemby will take it up himself. Behind the back pass to Champagne. Champagne with the layup. Wemby showing some handles there. Levi says, I need the Spurs to lose all. No, they won't do that. And this is a bounce back game for Wemby. Thank goodness. Hey, Alpha, good evening to you. Wide open 3. That one is good for Kyle Filipowski. Filipowski! Rewatch games? NBA League Pass. That's the only place I know of. You can watch highlights, obviously. Chris Paul with the behind-the-back pass to Wemby. Wemby goes up and loses the ball. That's a turnover for the Spurs. 6 minutes to go. 63-58. And down the other end, a miss at the bucket, or miss at the rim by Filipowski. They'll get it out to George for an open 3. And the Jazz are fighting back. The crowd's loud, and is Pop going to call a timeout? Spurs send it down to Wemby real quick, and he's going to get fouled. And they put the camera was on the crowd instead of on the Spurs transition trying to fast break. Terrible camera work. Oh, okay, Levi, a little reverse psychology. Just need 3 blocks. 3 blocks for Wemby. 63-61, Spurs ball. It's actually starting to turn into a good game now that the teams are heating up and actually making their shots. Wemby's at the line for 2. And bounces in the first one. Wemby's got over 20, I think, doesn't he? Nope, not yet. Close, but not quite yet. Keontae George is going to check out for the Jazz. Actually, a couple substitutions for both teams. We got former Spur Drew Eubanks in the lineup for Utah. Also, if you didn't know, former Spur Patty Mills is part of the Utah bench and hit 3 threes in a row versus Spurs in the first half to have his own personal 9-0 run. Wemby makes them both. Stephon Castles checked in for the Spurs. Jazz ball. And George is going to the locker room. I did not see what happened to him, but Keontae George going to go check out. Or maybe he has to pee. Or poop. I don't know. We're humans, right? Clarkson with a nice behind-the-back pass to Drew Eubanks. Eubanks' little jumper is no good. Wemby with the rebound. And Chris Paul bringing up for the Spurs. Howdy, Gabriel. Thank you for stopping in. Anchor Demigod Go Spurs go to you. Wemby with the ball in the paint. Blocking foul on Drew Eubanks. Are you going to count that bucket? Is that an and 1, or what do we got here? Let me take a look at Drew. The Jazz really like to keep it still. Well, that one's a little closer. Hold on. It's going to be challenged. I don't know if he was moving on that one. Good evening, Isabel. Up late in France right now. Allez, Spurs. There was a blocking foul on John Collins that I first thought was an offensive foul, but his feet were clearly moving. And you're not going to get a blocking foul if your feet are moving. And it was also kind of, he moved his, he did one of these too to draw the charge. This call, I have to see it again, but that might be a charge on Wemby. Mamu played in the first half a little bit. A little bit. Hi, everyone. Unless there's an Evelyn 2 in the chat. Stupid autograph. I don't think Sochan's hurt. He was playing. He started off the third quarter, didn't he? Ink Guy said go Spurs go, I think. Vexo, what's up? He says, hey, Rich, if you could choose any player on any other NBA team to insert on the Spurs roster, who would you pick? Oh, my gosh. Yes, Sochan's hurting our team. Nice, Michael. Any player in the NBA, right, obviously a current player. It would be a young player. I mean, I'd like to think Stephon Castle is the point guard of our future, but I don't know that for sure. So, I mean, players that immediately come to mind are Luka Doncic. We could use a forward. I mean, Jason Tatum would he's an NBA champion now. SGA. John Morant's name popped in my head, and I was like, yeah, he's got some issues off the court. I don't think he's very, not Spursy at the moment. Some people have mentioned Giannis. I don't know. We already have issues floor spacing. I don't know. I feel like that would hurt us. I don't know. Wemby has 3 steals and 2 blocks. He had 0 steals coming to this game. If I could take any player in the league, I like Derek White, but it's not going to be Derek White. Klay Thompson, no, I don't want somebody younger. Just finished building an Orzhov Commander deck. Athreos, God of Passage. Is that the one that if a creature dies, you can return it to your hand unless your opponent pays 3 life? I want Marco Bellinelli. Bellinelli's like over in Italy or somewhere overseas. They gave him an and 1. Wemby with 21 points, only 6 rebounds, does have the 3 steals and 2 blocks, but he's got the 21 points, which is considerably more than what he had last night. 8 of 17 from the field. He's 3 of 10 from 3, though. The 3-point shot is, I'd like to see him do more work in the paint and maybe do this, draw an and 1. And he is really slow at the free throw line, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but when he takes a free throw, it takes forever. Yeah, blue silver. Listen, I hate that I have to buy the league pass every year, but I love our Spurs, and I want to watch them. And I want to call him and hang out with you guys. Turnover by the Jazz. Spurs up by 7. Wemmy's going to rifle it up to Keldon. Keldon drives in the paint. Throws up a layup. Good and one! I've heard of Sorcery William, but I don't know anything about it. I only know because I once in a blue moon watch a channel called Alpha Investments. And Crazy Rudy on there has talked about sorcery, but I know nothing about it. D-Dat, well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. I'm an OG Spurs fan from 1990 myself, so I've been here, not here on YouTube, but I've been a Spurs fan for a long time, which probably that Robinson jersey is from like 1995. It's a champion jersey. I don't think champion's even around anymore, are they? Jazz ball. Biggest lead in the game for the Spurs. The Jazz were up by 10 at one point. They're now down by 10. Jordan Clarkson, corner 3. No good. Wait. Nope. No good. He hit the rim, went up in there, then came down and hit the rim again. So no rim job for Jordan Clarkson. Keldon in the paint. Passes it right to Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson flies out of bounds with the ball. It'll stay with the Spurs. I love the trade. Paul Banchero's hurt, Brita. I don't remember what his injury is, but somebody said he tore something. He went off a few nights ago, didn't he? With the Magic, went for like 50. Wemby would have 5-5-5, 5x5x5. Yeah, he needs a few more blocks. Not impossible though. Crazy Rudy, yep. Oh, okay. So you know Rudy from Alpha Investments. Okay, nice, William. All right, Gabriel. Good night. Yeah, Paul's out. Jedi trick sucks because he was just heating up, and yeah. Jeremy Sons in the game. He's not hurt. Guarded by Eubanks. He's going to force a shot, and it's an air ball. Michael just said he's hurting our team. Well, he did on that one. John Collins in the paint, and now Sochan with a huge block on Collins. Castle's going to get a foul as he just ran over Colin Sexton. Spurs 6 turnover, Jazz 17. Wemby does belong in the plate mark. I don't mind a three-pointer once in a while, but 10 three-pointers is, a lot. I'm still sticking to Jamari Bouye. Y'all need to see his Summer League. Homer, I watched every minute of the Summer League. I called all the Summer League games on this channel. I was yelling the Bouye a lot. Didn't do a ton offensively, but he was playing some D. He was slinging a D. Drew Eubanks will drive, jump hook, good. Timeout pop. Spurs up 71-63. I think that's a timeout. It's timeout. The Bouye. There are things that improve in Jeremy's game this year. The three-point shooting still sucks. But he has improved. Who's got a 0-0? What was it? Charles Barkley? Man, he got a triple single. Was it Kyle Kuzma he was trolling? He's got a triple single? Man, I'm going to miss I'm going to miss the NBA, inside the NBA crew. Oh, Castle got a 0-0. Yes, he does. Oh, was it Draymond with the triple single? That is correct, Brita. I said it. Wow, Castle still... has he taken a shot? Stefan Castle has not taken a shot. 1 rebound, no assists, 3 personal fouls. He hasn't even taken a shot. Like, that's the whole point of the game, is to put the ball in the hoop. It's not going to happen if you aren't throwing it up there. All right, still in a timeout. Appreciate y'all being here tonight. This is not a marquee matchup. It's the Spurs, who are struggling right now against the Jazz, who have not won a game. But you guys are here on a Halloween. I think. Thank you so much for your support. We're at 142 likes. Hopefully we can get to... I don't know how many we can get to. Hopefully 200 before the night's over. So if you are a supporter of the channel, that is actually how you support TSR Sports. Not financially, but through the thumbs up. Would appreciate it if you hit it if you haven't done so already. And Pop will show you how again if you're not sure.
Go, Spurs, go! Go, Spurs, go!
Another foul on the Jazz, I think. And Sochan's going to the line for 2. Son of Scar, I mean, Castle showed us more in the Summer League. Or, sorry, in the foul on the Spurs, turnover. He showed us more in the preseason, but we have to remember that was the preseason. He was going against more second stringers and third stringers. It'll be okay, but it may take longer than we want it to. No, Kevin, Wemby's having a big night. He's taking a lot of threes. Joe, go Spurs, go to you. Omar, a lot of Spurs fans want Cooper Flag. Big time. Penalty, that was last night. That was, as a content creator and a Spurs fan, that was hard to see people saying he's a bust, he's a bust. Sochan in the paint. And a jam from Sochan. Spurs back up by 10.
Thunder, 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 dunk of justice.
I don't think Castle's even looking for a shot right now. That's the thing. Quick bucket by Collins, 73-65. Like he's not even trying to shoot. Collins in the paint. Turns it over. Nice job, Zach. Patty Mills with the ball right now, and then it's stolen by Malachi Branham. Rare defense by Malachi. Malachi out to Keldon. Keldon's going to take a three. I'm so tired. Kellen Johnson is turning into Zach Collins 2.0 with firing threes and missing them, and that's not a good thing. Drive and a layup by... Who the hell's that? Sensabaugh? Sorry. Sensabaugh. Whoops. I put a score on the wrong side. Oh my gosh. It's 73-67. I screwed up. 73-67. And Castle just took his first shot of the game and missed. I definitely don't want Steph. I don't want... Not Stephen Castle. I don't want Klay Thompson. Just does not fit our timeline whatsoever. And his injury history over the last few years is very frightening. Turnover by the Jazz. Stefan Castle brings it up. Gets it to Branham. Branham going to get fouled in the paint. My clock's not running. What the heck's going on here, TSR? We'll fix the clock, 73-67, as we have 2 free throws coming up. The Collins had been playing okay, but man, he struggles real. Coyote is dancing because the Spurs are ahead. Boop, 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 boop. By the way, for those just coming in, I do want to let you know we're doing our first giveaway Saturday night. Miss TSR Sports will be here. Devin Sell should be back in the lineup. So to celebrate Devin being back, we're going to give out a baby Wemby. So similar to the baby Coyote, but it'll be a little Wemby. All good, Black Panther. All good. Oh, I forgot the Jets were playing the Texans tonight. It's a game. Made one. 74-67. That's a game. Spurs in the bonus with a minute and a half to go. It is Jazz ball though. 14 on the shot clock. Quick three, no good. Fight for the board, and the Spurs come down with it. That was that was John Collins for three, no good. Castle's going to drive in the paint. He gets fouled. He's going to go to the line for two. That's what I like to see Castle do. We saw in the preseason he was getting contact in the paint and going to the free throw line. Joshua Burns. I'm on board Donnie Baseball as the coach of the Yankees. Get Boone out of here. Breida, he is, and I hate to say that because I like Keldon, but I'm not going to sit here and act like he's playing well because he's not. Give away a baby Mikey? I'll be there. Well, I got this at a comic book warehouse, though. Do they have little baby Mikeys on Amazon Prime like this? You missed the first free throw. Do we have baby Mikeys? Baby Mikey. Psh, 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 baby Mikey. Psh, 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 psh. I love so many wins and they don't like Ninja Turtles. Then again, they might not like Wemby either. Castle at the line for one more. Please make this one. There you go. Castle on the board. His first point of the night. His pineapple power is weak tonight. 75-67, a minute 13 to go. Jazz with the ball. Patty Mills, former Spur, out in three-point land with it. And I just realized Wemby's back on the floor. John Collins in the paint gets blocked by Wemby. Mills gets the loose ball, follow up, no good. Wemby with the rebound. He'll bring it up the court, drives in the paint, kicks it out to Malachi Branham. Was open for three, caught the pass, and then butterfingered it out of bounds. 100% on Malachi Branham on that turnover. Three Beards, good evening to you. Mark Robbins, that's a very good point. If he sucks so bad, who will trade for Keldon? He's playing awful right now. His trade value is not peaking. And when he blocks or steals, I don't know, he breaks up an alley-oop attempt, and they get the ball to Castle in transition, and Castle with the dunk.
Thunder dunk of justice.
We know Castle can finish in the paint and finish at the rim, so just if your shot's not going in, do that. Make teams defend something about your offensive game. But nice to see Stephon Castle get a field goal tonight. Patty Mills one-on-one with Wemby, drives on him, passes it out. Sensabaugh's going to fire off a three with the shot clock expiring. Drew Eubanks gets the... No, he doesn't get the rebound. And at the buzzer, they get it up the court to Sochan at the elbow. He misses the jumper. The Spurs are up by 10. I said Patty Mills. Patty Mills and Drew Eubanks are on the Jazz. The only thing that's missing is Lucas Sandwich. Oh, whoops. Well, now the Spurs... Oh, I reset everybody's score. It's a new game in the fourth quarter. Spurs are up 77-67. I'll fix that. Meant to reset the clock, and I reset everything. My apologies. There we go. Oh, TSR, you noob. All right, quarter four, and the Spurs looking for their second win of the year. The Jazz are actually still looking for their first win of the year. They are winless. No Lauri Markkanen for the Jazz tonight. This is a game the Spurs should win, and as it stands right now, they are actually winning. Wemby having his best game of the year, 22 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Let me check and see where he is on the blocks and steals, because you guys are talking about a 5x5 in the chat. I want to see if he has a legit shot at actually doing that. That'd be cool if he does. Did it a couple times last year. All right, Wemby. 8 of 17 from the field, 3 of 10 from beyond the arc. Don't get me started. 22 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. He's 1 away on each. He's got 4 steals and 4 blocks. So 1 more steal, 1 more block, he'll have another 5x5 game, which is at least 5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals, 5 blocks. That would be cool. That'd be a very nice bounce back game, because last night was awful. Speaking of awful, Keldon Johnson's 3 of 9 from the field. 3 of 9, 1 of 5 from beyond the arc. He's 5 of 5 from the free throw line. That's great, but oh my gosh, his shooting is just ice cold. But Wemby, 1 more steal, 1 more block, my friends. I'm rooting for it. I mean, obviously, I'm rooting for it. I'm a Spurs fan. I mean, duh. Steven Z with the super chat says, "Let's get that Spurs." Thank you for the $2 super chat. Carlos Jeter sends me a wiener. Thank you for the super chat, Carlos. Thank you for the hot dog. Appreciate it. I have tofu pups in my fridge. And yes, I said tofu pups. I'm a pescatarian. I don't eat meat. So, I have the tofu pups. Siestan bun, Wemby. I probably said that all wrong, but yeah, there it is. I was like, tofu. Thank you for the donations, guys. Appreciate it. And Wemby, 1 more steal, 1 more block. Come on, Wemby. Make it happen, big man. Make it happen. I want to see it happen. Let's make it happen. Start of the 4th Q. Spurs up by 10. It'll be Jazz ball. Sexton drives, loses the ball out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Jazz. Jonathan, a lot of people are saying that. They are. Juan Nunez, Jam Wick, I keep forgetting Juan Nunez was drafted by us. I know Eubanks and Mills are on the Jazz, Brian, and we have a timeout already, 12 seconds into the corner. Madrid, when will Castle explode? There's a challenge right now. I don't think he's going to be exploding on offense anytime in the near future. Give him some time. Oh, they're checking to see if it's an out of bounds. They're challenging the out of bounds? All right, well, we're in a timeout. If Harrison Barnes scores 2 more, I win $5,000 from 5. You win $5,000 for betting $5? That's math doesn't seem to be mathing. The Twig Gaming, thank you for the $5 super chat. He says $5 for the 5x5. Let's do this. Yes, let's do this. And let's bring the Silver Dancers back. Put 500 on the Spurs tonight. When you busted out Baby Yoda in the first half, I knew they had it. He's still here. I don't know how gambling works at all. So I don't gamble, so I don't do any of that stuff. I just not my thing. Robert, is that a compliment or an insult? We are in a timeout. Get a triple-double for your huge bounce-back Wemby. Right, Aiken? I don't think he's going to get a triple-double, but the 5x5 would be nice. I'd like to see Riley Minix. Probably not tonight unless it turns into a blowout. And no, Joshua, I don't gamble, and that's what's made it tough for me to... A lot of folks said, hey, you're going to work with channels in the future. I see a lot of YouTubers promoting various gambling, websites, and no disrespect to them. And anyway, not throwing shade, but I don't want to be associated with it, and that's cutting out a lot of people I want to work or wanted to work with again, or want to work with maybe for the first time. I'm like, not judging, no way, shape, or form, but I don't want to be associated with. Gambling's a problem for a lot of people. It's a bad habit. It's an addiction. It destroys homes. I want to stay far away from that. Not only that, but I've told you guys numerous times, I want this channel to stay focused as a Spurs community and a fun sports channel. I don't ever want it to turn into a business, because the day that happens, it's going to be obvious. It's going to be very obvious to you guys. I'm like, whoa, TSR changed, which I don't want that to happen. I want it to be a place where you're like, hey, this dude's a Spurs fan. He loves a team like I do, and he's just doing it because he loves the Spurs. And I love making content too. I've been making content since a little kid. Speaking of content, for those that are subscribed to the channel, I have a second YouTube channel called I Like Crap, where I just talk about stuff that's generally not liked or frowned upon and why I like it. In tomorrow's episode, Steven Seagal makes his I Like Crap debut with 1990's Marked for Death, a movie I actually do like and own, and I'm excited. That'll be up at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Spurs ball, so there was an out-of-bounds challenge. Spurs ended up getting the ball. Chris Paul pull-up Jay around the elbows. Good, 79-67, biggest lead of the game. Gambling is absolutely everywhere today. A lot of people must be getting it. Yes, it is, Joshua. I mean, some people are I'm sure, winning on it, but it's all over the place today. Mars, good evening to you. Thank you, Free Jay. Go Spurs, go love, man. And what I mean that sports gambling is stupid and it's worse than slots or blackjack. You never win like you think. I mean, you're giving bad vibes. I'm giving bad vibes. I'm sorry. I am a horrible person for loving the Spurs and doing this because I love this. Man, I hate to see what your definition of positive vibes is. Jump ball at center court. It's Champagny and Filipowski. I don't know what happened with the jump ball, but here we are, 79-67, 11-17 to go. Jazz easily win that one. TSR a big cold chain in the grill. No. The Jazz have scored, and, a 69 to Spurs. Mikalo, good evening to you. I'm doing well. Stephon Castle for 3, no good. Didn't look terrible coming out of his hand. Didn't go in. 10-point game. Wemby is actually on the court. I thought maybe he'd be getting a rest, but he's on the court. That 3 is no good by Filipowski. Spurs ball. Wemby actually playing a lot tonight, and I didn't think he would because apparently he was sick yesterday, and with it being a back-to-back, oh, here comes another Wemby 3. No good. I think Castle just took a shot to the face by Filipowski. That might be a foul on the Jazz. Oh, yeah. Filipowski just threw the people's elbow right into Stephon Castle's face. Yeah, good, Brian. Good to stay out of it. If any of you care, any of you gamble, not criticizing you, just not my thing. Is that going to be a flagrant? Are they going to review that for a flagrant, or are they already calling it a flagrant? I don't think it was intentional. He was coming down. I think they might be reviewing this. I don't know. Hey, it's just Spurs ball. Oh, what's going on here? I can't see by this camera angle. All right, just Spurs ball. All right, sorry. They kept putting the camera on Filipowski's face and Castle's face, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. The Spurs end up turning the ball over, so whatever. A drive and a missed layup by Colin Sexton. Castle was defending him in transition. He wanted the foul, didn't get it. And we have a Sandro Mamakeliashvili sighting. So for the Mamu lovers, he's playing, although he hasn't done much in his limited action this season. Castle in the paint, throws it up off the glass, no good, and gets his own miss and puts it in. I'm hearing the Bucks are cooked. Another miss for the Jazz. Spurs up by 12. Chris Paul bringing it up for San Antonio. Gets it to Mamu. Mamu over to Wemby. Wemby back to Mamu in the post. Mamu guarded by Sexton. Got a mismatch. Throws it up off the glass. Good and one. 14-point lead is the biggest lead of the night for either team. Let's go, Spurs. Go indeed. Jazz were up by 10, and now they're down by 14. All right, Kawhi, we got you. That was an end-of-the-season lineup last year, Joshua, where Mamu and Wemby were playing very well together. They barely played together this season. All right, Madrid, we were losing. We were down by 10, but Spurs have fought back, and I'm glad to see the offenses. Well, Wemby playing well is a big part of it. I don't like all the threes he's taking. John Collins a little jump from the paint, good. 84-71. Chris Paul, pull up from the elbow. He still has that shot. Even though he's like 47 years old, he can still make that anywhere. Wemby was sick last night, Jacob. That's why I'm shocked he's playing tonight and actually playing well. He looked out of it last night. Maybe he's on like a lot of NyQuil. I don't know. John Collins, pull-up jumper. In and out. Chris Paul with the rebound, and he'll bring it up for San Antonio. Wemby is plus 35. Are you serious? Plus 35? I'm going to have to check that at the end of the game. Chris Paul with a shot, pass to Wemby. Wemby back to Chris Paul, open for three. And this is turning into a blowout. Good morning, Joe Dindo. This is actually turning into a blowout. We were down, and now all of a sudden up by 18. Another missed three for the Jazz. Wemby will bring it up for the Spurs. Wemby over to Champagny. Champagny's going to drive in the paint. Out to Wemby, open for three. Oh, boy. That's his 12th three-point attempt. Plus 39. Holy moly. Sexton drives on Castle, gets the layup. Nice job. Flops to the floor, no whistle. Just call it like I see it. Carlos, you just kind of said it. CP3 for another three. Chris Paul coming to life. Spurs up by 19. Kyle, why are you looking at the ceiling, buddy? Sexton gets it into Collins. Collins is going to get fouled by Wemby. No, Joshua. Apparently not. If Wemby takes fadeaway in lane, he's good. I mean, he's not doing that yet. I know he still needs one block, one steal, but if it's turning into a blowout, Wemby might rest the rest of the game. So the plus minus, Carlos, what that means is your effect on the score when you're in the game. So that means if you're like a plus 10, when I'm on the court, my team is outscoring the other team by a positive of 10 points. If I have a minus 10, that means when I'm in the game, my team has been outscored 10 points by the other team. I don't know if I explained that very well, but hopefully that made sense. Some people like plus minus, some don't, because you're out there with 4 other players and a huge dunk by John Collins. So what they're saying is when Wemby's on the court, the Spurs are outscoring the Jazz by over 30 points. Under 7 minutes to go, Spurs up 92-75. Chris Paul just going to chuck another 3. That one is no good. Keontae George with the rebound. Glad to see him back in the game. He went to the locker room earlier. Don't know why. Appears he's okay. Plus 40 for Wemby? Oh, gosh. Yeah, plus is good and minus is bad. Spurs got the turnover, and Sandro Mamukelashvili with the fast break one-handed slam-a-jamma.
Thunder, thunder, thunder. Thunder, dunk of justice.
The Spurs have scored 32 points off of Utah Jazz turnovers. We have a timeout. Pop kills me with this lineup. Jeremy's not a 5. Oh, yeah, you're right. Jeremy is in there playing center. Well, would you prefer him or Zach Collins? I hope we beat the Wolves Saturday. Walls Anthony, Miss TSR will be here. We're doing a giveaway. Got to get a win. Rich, this is the first time ever that our videos are in sync. Wow. Okay. The biscuit that calls for champagne. It is a bad indicator, but I mean, it is and it isn't, because if you're looking at your starters, it depends who's on the floor with you. There was somebody last year who, the rookie for Portland had a minus 64. Who's the guy that got drafted that originally we wanted we wanted him? Scoot Henderson had a minus 64, I think, with the with the Portland Trailblazers last season, which is an NBA record, worst plus minus. Minus 64. That's a next level kind of suck to get to that level. You guys really think the Jazz are tanking? I mean, they are playing bad. They're playing exceptionally bad, for that matter. Spurs fan here because of David Robinson. How is Scoot doing this year? Is he playing better? I know he had a rough rookie season, but it's his rookie year. It is what it is. Is he playing better in Portland? But the Spurs are winning. I get why you guys are putting, move on from Pop in the chat when we're down by 19, but we're up by 19? Come on, man. One last time. Yeah, Andre, I don't like the three-pointers this year. I don't like the three-pointers tonight. He's, 3 of 12? 25%, which actually will bring his percentage up, but 12 threes? That's way too many threes for Wemby taking. Scoot's coming off the bench, okay. Student of the Savior, yes. That's one thing I would like to see Wemby improve, as well as his efficiency, and part of that is all the threes he's taking. His two-point field goal percentage, I believe, is good this year, and it was actually not bad last year. I think it was good last year, but the three-point percentage brings his efficiency down. Wemby needs 500 three-pointers a day in his training. He needs 1,000. Bonjour, Arno. Jazz sucks. I can't argue with that. A drive and an easy layup by Colin Sexton. Because we are going small right now. Sochan, Barnes, Mamukelashvili, Johnson, and Brown. We don't have a center on the court. I guess Jeremy's playing center. Jeremy's open for 3. He's going to take the 3. I think if you watch Jeremy Sochan in a basketball game, every time he takes a 3, I think his form might be a little different. Jazz get a layup in transition, 94-79. They cut the lead to 15. Walker Kessler with a layup. I know Wemby needs a steal and a block. He needs to get back in, though. Next rapper taking off. Good evening to you. By the way, if anybody's new to the channel, obviously a sports channel, we cover the Spurs here a whole ton. We're going to try to be live for every Spurs game, doing a play-by-play reaction, scoreboard, blah, blah, blah. So if you're going to if you're looking for a great Spurs community, and yes, I say great because you guys are awesome, make sure you hit the old subscribe button. And while you're hitting that subscribe, make sure you hit the thumbs up as Sandro Mamukelashvili hits a 3. Good day, Cruz. Doing very good. Come from the land down under. Is Wemby 2 of 13? Oh my gosh. Is he 2 of 13? I thought he was like 3 of 12. Keontae George drives, throws up a shot, no good. Kessler with the rebound and put back, no good. And John Collins gets a rebound. He'll slam that down. That one is good. Devin, I try to be genuine and very interactive. I mean, I've been a Spurs fan for 35 years. I try to be very transparent with you guys on the channel. Keldon Johnson for 3. Fudge. I like Keldon, but he is shooting awful this year. But I always keep it real with you guys. All my reactions are 100% legit. If there's videos on this channel where I screw up a reaction and I keep it in, I'm like, I'm not redoing this because it's not going to be legit. My clock is way ahead, by the way. 3 of 12 is correct. Okay, that's still not good. Tim Duncan, top 10 all time? Probably. I don't see why he wouldn't be. I mean, if you look at his lifetime stats, like points per game, they're not going to hold up to your Jordans, your Kobes, your LeBrons. But that wasn't, Timmy wasn't out there trying to score 30 a night, 40 a point. He probably could have, but it was about winning. So it's Spurs ball up by 16, and barring something weird happening, should win this game. Castle from the elbow, no good. His shots are not just going in. I'm a little ahead on the clock, so I'm fixing it. And Keontae George slice and dices the Spurs defense and gets a layup and pops in to call a timeout. So we'll just keep my clock right there. A Jazz shouldn't win this, but there's always a chance. Always a chance. Good with no matter who he played. Yes, Reyes, yes. I mean, Vic saw a lot of people have Tim Duncan in their top 5 all time. If I was to put my Mount Rushmore, I need to put 5, and I just always go by players that I've watched since I started becoming a fan in 1990, because it's hard for me to evaluate players like Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell and Magic and Bird, because I didn't watch them play. I saw Bird and Magic at the tail end of their careers, and I didn't even see the other guys play. I didn't see Kareem play. So my Mount Rushmore in 1990 up, Timmy's obviously on it. I already mentioned Kobe. Jordan, I feel, is the GOAT. Just I think he's the greatest player of all time. So, Bonate. And, let's see, Timmy, Kobe, Jordan. I'm putting LeBron in there. Sorry if you don't like LeBron. I'm putting him on there. And I'm going to put Shaq on there, too. I'm going to put 5. I wish I could put David Robinson on there. But he had no playoff success on his own. I really wish I could put him on there. And his peak was so short-lived because he didn't come into the NBA until he was 24. And he had, 7 years before the injury, and then he was a good player after that. But the offensive production, the 25-plus points per game, those days were way over. The highest winning percentage ever for a trio, and I believe in any sport, is Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker. And Russell, yes, David Robinson was an athletic freak of nature. Look, skill-wise, Arnold, he's not the most skilled guy, but Shaq, before he got extra chunky, he was a dominant force in the paint. Couldn't shoot a free throw to save his life. Keldon's going to drive, and Keldon's going to get fouled. Spurs coming to the game 1-3. Jazz coming to the game 0-4. Steph Curry, top 10 of all time? He's probably the greatest shooter of all time. But top 10. Honestly, that's tough. Because I look at the championships when Durant was there, and wasn't Durant the finals MVP for both years? I probably not. Top 20, sure. Top 10, I really have to think about it, but I don't think I'd put him top 10. That Dwayne Wade statue is awful. And that's all I'll say on that. Colin Sexton, pull-up jumper, bounces off the rim, no good. Chris Paul will get the loose ball. And Wemby's in there to get that last block and steal. Chris Paul's going to take off, gets it out to Wemby. He's thought about a 3 and pulled it down, and then just was knocked out of bounds. He'll stay with the Spurs. Kobe did have a low field goal percentage, Mark Robbins, and I know some Kobe fans don't like to hear that. His lifetime field goal percentage is only what, 45%? His lifetime three-point percentage is only around 33%. He was not an efficient scorer. He just wasn't. Castle with a bounce pass to Wemby. Back out to Paul for an open corner three. No good. Keldon with the rebound. Gets it out to Castle. The offense will reset with 10 on the shot clock. Yeah, I like Kobe. He was a fun player to watch, but not an efficient scorer at all. Paul with the runner in the paint. That's good. I mean, a lot of people compare Jordan to Kobe. I think Jordan's lifetime field goal percentage is around 50%. And as bad as a three-point shooter Jordan was, I think actually his three-point percentage is around 33%. 60 wins. There you go, Homer. Yes, he was, Cruz. Last one to 100 is a monkey's uncle. What? Captain George driving in the paint. Misses a shot. Foul going to line for two. Jets 21, Texans 10. Well, that game's over. Is a new Spurs stadium in the works? They say it is, Derek. Not official, but it seems like it is. I see somebody talking about Luka Doncic being the GOAT. He's putting up incredible stats. He's putting it in a no-defense league. Doesn't play defense himself much. And hasn't won anything yet. Not the GOAT. Does he have potential to be a GOAT? Yeah, probably. But definitely nowhere near there yet. Nowhere near there yet. George at the line hits one. 16-point game under 3 minutes to go. And the Spurs should win their second game of the year. And Wemby played a little mixed. I'm a little mixed on Wemby. Like, he played some defense. He scored, which is nice. But all those three-pointers, way too many. Way too many. Wemby loses the ball, but it falls in the hands of Chris Paul. Chris Paul's runner is off the side of the backboard. That's no good. Jets win the Super Bowl? No. Aren't the Jets like 2-6 right now? I don't think they're even making the playoffs. Who would have thought an Aaron Rodgers-led team would have that bad of a losing record? Granted, he's like 40 years old, but still, he's still Aaron Rodgers. He also, tore his ACL last year? George went off-balance three. The putback is good by Kessler. The lead is cut to 14, but the Jazz are running out of time. This is easily a game we lose last year. I would agree with that, yes. We would have lost this game probably last year. Stephon Castle drives in the paint and gets blocked. Fast break for the Jazz. Not blocked by Wemby. Launched out of bounds. Colin Sexton was trying to get a fast break layup, and Wemby said, No, not in my house. Trying to do it to Dikembe. Rest in peace to Dikembe Mutombo. A great player and a great man. We have plenty of people to get to 200 thumbs up, my friends. Can we get to 200 thumbs up before the night's over? We always get to 200 thumbs up when the Spurs win, so I hope that doesn't break tonight, especially on Halloween. It's a happy Halloween. How about a happy 200 thumbs up? And a foul now. Pop, what's it look like? I know Wemby needs one more steal for the 5x5. Come on, Wemby. Carlos, you're a Lakers fan. LeBron or Kobe? Thank you, Emax of Football. We got a good crowd in here, an awesome crowd as usual. But I do want to grow the channel and meet more Spurs fans, more sports fans. I feed off your energy. I truly do. The Spurs winning, obviously, I feed off of that. But when the chat's lit, that gets me going too. Remember Hulk Hogan in the 80s? All those Hulkamaniacs? Well, that's me with the chat. I'm kind of that same way. Thank you, Jason. 5x5 completed? Did Wemby get a steal when I wasn't looking? Or are you ahead of me? Wemby going to take a long three. Okay. I mean, it's hard to get mad when they go in. He's taken, 13 or 14 threes? That's a lot. It is Jazz ball and a minute to go. I'm a little ahead on the clock, so we'll stop that for a moment. He did get it. They are saying that he got a 5x5. Second career 5x5. Nice. That's a miss by, I don't even know who that was for the Jazz. The Spurs are going to win their second game of the year, Maybe we can beat the Timberwolves Saturday night. We'll be live at, I think it's 8 p.m. Eastern. Myself, Miss TSR Sports, will be joining me on stream. And we'll be giving away a baby Wemby, similar to this baby Coyote, but a little baby Wemby. It'll be a live trivia at some point in the game. Hope to see you Saturday night. But we have this game to finish up first. 5x5 again. That's nice. I like it. Didn't realize he got a steal. Vinny Del Negro greater than LeBron? No. Who hit that three? Castle with a long three. Okay. Jazz going to dribble it out. They can. They're down by 20. Nope. We're going to draw a foul. Thank you, Veronica. Don't forget to spike the like. If you're heading out tonight, please hit the thumbs up on the way out. Stretch, I did a video on that yesterday. So if you thought my thoughts on Cam Johnson possibly coming to the Spurs or Anthony Simons, we got a video up on that yesterday. Kobe was a beast. I like watching Kobe. That's awesome. 5x5. Wemby with a smile on his face played infinitely better than he did yesterday. So hopefully that will stop all the Wemby's a bust talk that was floating around yesterday, which was ridiculous. Like, Wemby bust, Chet's now the man, and like, stop. Spurs will run out the clock as they should. Yeah, nice one for the Spurs tonight. And the Jazz are not good. These are, let's not forget, I mentioned it earlier in the stream, these are the two worst offenses in the NBA. The Spurs are 29th. The Jazz are 30th. But you know what? A win is a win, and dang it, I'm taking it. Let's drop the F right there, and we'll get to some final game stats. We know Wemmy's got the 5. Thank you. We got to 200 thumbs up. Appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. I do see we got to 219. Of course, if we can keep that number going up, that'd be great. But if not, I understand. But I want to look at the final stats for the game. We'll look at the Jazz first, and then we'll take a look at the Spurs. The Spurs really poured on in the second half, which is something we haven't always been able to say with this team. The second half has sometimes been an issue for us, but we outscored the Jazz 30-14 in the third and 29-21 in the fourth. Outscored them in both quarters, 59-35 to win the game. We were down in the first half, but great second half for the Spurs. Let's get into the stats for the Jazz. Filipowski with 12 points. Williams with only 2. He was 0 for 6 from the field. Oh boy, that's a rough game. Kessler with 6 points and 11 rebounds. Clarkson with 3. He had a rough night and limited night, only 1 of 6. George with 15 points off the bench. Collins with 14 and 11 boards, so double-double for John Collins. Former Spur Drew Eubanks with 6 points. Sensabaugh with 5. Former Spur Patty Mills with 9. Sexton with 16. And Zhuzang with 0. I don't know who that is. For our San Antonio Spurs, Wemby did finish with a plus 43 while he was on the floor tonight. Champagny with 6 points and 6 boards and 3 steals. His shooting is really slow lately. Only took 1 3-pointer and missed it. So hopefully he turns things around a little bit. Sochan with 11 points and Harrison Barnes with 8 points. Chris Paul with 19 points, 10 assists, and only 1 turnover. So a great night for Chris Paul. Not expecting Chris Paul to be double-digit scoring, but he has been lately, and we need it. If the offense is not scoring, somebody's got to step up, and to his credit, he has been. Victor Wembanyama, 25 points. 9 of 20 shooting is not bad, but 4 of 13 from beyond the arc. I don't like that. I'm sorry, I just don't. That means he was 5 of 7 from two-point land. Victor Wembanyama is 7'4". He should be taking almost twice as many three-point shots as he is two-point shots. Otherwise, a fantastic night. The 25 points, 9 boards, 7 assists, 5 steals, 5 blocks, 3 turnovers, which is about where I figure Wemby will be. I'm fine with 3 turnovers. With the amount he's going to be involved in the offense, 3 is certainly perfectly fine. But 5 blocks, 5 steals, another 5x5 for Wemby, awesome. And expect that to be a regular thing. And at some point in his career, you got to think he's going to have a quadruple-double, maybe a quintuple-double. Zach Collins sucked tonight, which is why he only played 11 minutes. 0 points, 1 turnover, 1 foul, did nothing while he was out there. Maybe in the doghouse. Sandro Mamukelashvili played tonight, actually played at least well offensively. He had 10 points on 4 or 5 shooting. Keldon Johnson has been awful from beyond the arc. 3 of 10 from the field, which means he was 2 of 4 from two-point land, but 1 of 6 from three-pointer. His three-point shot is broken right now. Kills me to say it. Charles Bassey played? His name is in here. Doesn't show he even played a full minute, so I guess he was out there at the very end. Malachi Branham, a very quiet night, 6 points on 1 of 5 shooting. Blake Wesley, only 5 minutes. His offense has disappeared. 0 points, over 2 from the floor, and 2 turnovers. I like the speed that Blake Wesley brings. He's got some, as far as guards go on the team, some of the better defensive chops, but he cannot shoot. In today's NBA, you got to have some semblance of a jump shot to stay relevant and to stay employed. And Stephon Castle with 8 points wasn't very efficient, 3 of 8, but nice to see him actually score a little bit. 4 rebounds and assists, and no turnovers, so that's good. No turnovers for the young man. And then we did have a City Sissoko setting. He played like half a minute and got a foul. That's it. Spurs with 11 turnovers, which is good for us. The Jazz had 26. What the? 26 turnovers? Oh my goodness. Well, if there's a difference you can point out in the game, it's 26 turnovers. Oh my gosh. Whoa, we got a big super chat in here. I don't want to miss that. That would be very obnoxious of me. Oh my gosh. Abelardo, thank you so much for the $50 super chat. 5x5. Great show like always. Watching from Honduras. Thank you for that. You didn't have to do that, but you did. Appreciate that. And that was an absolutely incredible game by Wemby. The only thing I didn't like was the three-pointers. And I'm sorry, I hate to be critical, but you're so good. And you can do so much on the court that less three-pointers. Just less three-pointers, that's all. Yeah, 26 turnovers. 26 for the Jazz. Maybe they are tanking, guys. Maybe the Jazz are just throwing up their hands and saying, we want Cooper Flag. Wow. But it's nice to get a Spurs win. And let's be honest, a game we should have won. If they lost to the 0-4 Jazz, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine what would be all over the Twitters tomorrow. I'm sure Fire Pop would be up there. Wemmy's a bust. There'd just be all sorts of negativity. And I'm really glad that the Spurs got a win. Ronnie, I don't know. They played in different eras too. So, Michael, I've said it early in the stream, I'm transparent with you guys. So every donation, YouTube takes 30% off the top. So if it's a $10 donation, TSR gets 7, YouTube gets 3. A $50 donation, TSR gets 35, YouTube gets 15. I think it sucks they take that much. I understand they have to process card fees or whatever, but 30% from the content creator really is a lot. YouTube's a free platform to stream on, so you can't complain too much. I think it should be more like 20%, but it is what it is. And I appreciate that. While I don't ask for money on the channel, never will, the channel does have some expenses. We got to get Sling, NBA League Pass, etc. And what I never value, and I was thinking about this today, is I never give myself credit, not to pump myself up here or, pat on the back. I was like, I never consider my time. Like I always say, the channel has some expenses like this, that, and the other. I'm like, my time is an expense. It takes me away from whatever, and it's not just the live stream. I read every one of your comments on the videos. That's why I heart every comment, even if it's sometimes a little, maybe not a favorite comment by folks. Something that maybe you're like, hey, why are you favoriting somebody saying this? I'm like, I'm letting them know I read the comment. I don't agree with it, but I read it. So reading all the comments, doing videos almost daily, setting up the live stream, doing the live stream, it takes time, and I don't think I ever give myself credit for the time I put into the channel. So I'm just sharing that with you because it just popped in my head. So I appreciate your support. If you get thumbs up on the way out, it does still help the channel. It is about 11:30 where I am. I got to work in about 7 hours, so I probably should get to bed. So hope to see you Saturday night. We got the Timberwolves. Miss TSR is here, and we're doing our first giveaway of the year, and I can't wait to do that for you guys. So that's all we got. Thank you all on behalf of myself, Michael Myers, Baby Coyote, Lil Mikey, Headband Grogu. Happy Halloween. What you gonna do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go, Spurs, go.